we're back. Listen, we go away for 1 week, and New York City turns into a Muslim communist utopia. What the fuck happened? When we went away, right, we had the guy that killed all the old people and was fingering his employees.
Yeah,
He was
decent, upstanding
he
guy.
was going to be mayor.
He should have been. That's a good, that's a good guy.
I thought no matter what, we're still getting 11, right? If Cuomo or Mayor Adams wins, we get 11, all right? I don't even want to know what 11 looks like if Mamdani's going to be mayor.
Put a 9 in front of it. All right, don't do that. Don't do that, guys. That's racist. That's racist. Hey. I stand with Zohran. I'm sorry, dude.
That was really good.
That was really good.
Hey, do it a second time.
No sound tower. Come on, dude. That's crazy.
I don't know. I kind of thought it bombed.
Yo, what happened, man?
This guy had it, dude. Crazy momentum. People loved him.
Yeah.
You saw the thing happening. Then the last week or two before the election, I was like, oh, he got this.
I've been trying to tell y'all, man. Like, he's out. He has people, like, they came to my door 3 times in the past 2 months.
Damn. So they know who
Rent
got
was
this.
later. Or what?
No, but for real. So how did they know to target you?
I mean, I live in Queens, so.
What?
I live in Queens. They want to come.
Yeah, but you're black. Like, it's like just like white kids that vote for him, right? Isn't that the?
Nah, I think it was white people, and people also make over 100,000. So.
Okay. Damn.
That's what they said, though. That's what they said.
Yeah, I know. That's
what they said.
That's what they said.
That's what they said. I didn't know I made that much.
Yeah, according to IRS, I do not.
It's
Just can't help it, right? Like,
isn't it just everybody with like $200,000 of student loans? Like, isn't that?
Yeah.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
That's really what
probably.
this comes out. I imagine this, and there's a guy named David Freeberg on all the All In who did like a cool breakdown of it. Maybe we end up watching it, but like, but this is kind of what I was feeling. I didn't tie it to student loans, but like when the socialist populism starts to happen, usually it's when you just feel like there's no opportunity.
Yeah.
Right? That's usually what happens. Like when you move to New York, right? You're coming here because you got some crazy dream and you're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
And when you come with like $200,000-$300,000 worth of debt, you realize you have negative money and there's really no way that you're going to be able to escape that. So now you can't pursue this like crazy dream of yours because you got this crippling debt. And then you got to go, okay, well, how can my life be kind of good as it is?
Yeah.
And well, now we need the government to tap in and
That's a very
make that
valid feeling, though. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like I completely understand everybody that has $200,000-$300,000 worth of student loan debt. You know, not everyone. Like if you decided to like major in like something crazy, like women.
women.
Yeah. No, like if you just had some like crazy major that there's no job you could ever get and you had $200,000 worth of student loans, like you're obviously being stupid. But like I do think there are a lot of people that were maybe sold a dream with college and it just doesn't exactly work that way anymore. And now they're in the situation where they're like getting crushed by rent, they're getting crushed by the cost of living, and they really see no upward mobility. So they're like, hey, I gotta breathe here, and this guy looks like he's gonna give me a little wiggle room. I completely understand why they're going for it.
And
it's gonna destroy the city and we're not going to get 11. And it will happen, but that is okay. It will happen.
Why do you feel it's going to destroy the city?
Because Venezuela or something the right-wing guys told me. Right? Because it's going to be Venezuela. That's what all the right-wing guys told me.
Inflation,
right?
inflation.
Yeah, that's what they said.
That's a real problem.
They didn't talk about the 50s when there was like a 90% marginal tax rate and that's where the American dream started. But Venezuela, guys, Venezuela is the issue. We're going to be eating the zoo animals. We're going to be eating the zoo animals, guys. We're not going to get a 9/11.
Yeah.
Dude, if they called New York's 11 9/11, that would be insane. Mark, you're so racist.
2 poles in the middle. Everybody's
Dude, 2 poles in the middle and exactly 9:20, they just start to combust. This is not good to joke around.
This is extremely racist.
it's okay in Mamdani's New York.
Exactly. Mamdani's joke.
Yeah.
We
can't
joke
joke
around.
about this, dude.
Listen, we're globalizing the Intifada. I don't even know what the fuck that shit is. I thought it was a new Groove movie.
I ain't know it either.
Yo,
That shit sounds hard, though. I don't know what it means, but it sounds hard.
It sounds terrifying. I'm not gonna lie.
shit is-
I
Globalize
said
the
some shit in the
Intifada.
group chat, and Tanya came after my ass.
What did she say?
She just chewed me a new one, and then I did some research of like, I'm talking about a different situation.
A different
over there.
answer.
Oh, is that when you texted, my bad?
So what is globalize the intifada, and why was our soon-to-be mayor saying that shit?
No, I don't know what his actual. Did he say globalize the intifada? I think he just refused to denounce a movement or whatever. It's one of those.
No, I think he said it. No, he's stuck between like a rock and a hard place. Like a lot of these.
You're rocking a hard place.
You know, you can do that rock and just pick it up, throw it in a tank.
Dude, Iraq in a hard place is just Iran.
No, because like a lot of you need some crazy ideas to like shake shit up and make some noise when you're a candidate that's polling at 0. Right? So you need to say some wild shit so that you can get the attention of the people who have the wildest beliefs.
He took your advice.
Exactly. But you got to do it for comedy and post clips. You can't do it for mayor, okay? We need a mayor who fingers his employees.
Yes, or has swag.
Swag. Listen,
yeah.
Mayor Adams sat on that seat, man, and there's nothing more I got to say about it. Like, you felt the energy, didn't you? Feel the energy?
He did. He did.
That was crazy.
Look, I dress nice now. So.
No, he did change the way you dress. He cucked you. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Remember when he called you a flamingo for your nails?
No, he did. What the fuck is this?
Or it was another word that started with that. There was
Now, he did lie right to Al's face, though. And
What did
then
he say?
he said, what did he say to you?
I asked, are you running as a Democrat? He told me, yes, absolutely. And then the next day, he came.
Buddy, not even the next day. As soon as we walk out of the interview, we go home. He's announced he's running as an independent.
He saw Alex's nails. He's like, I'm done with these Democrats. I can't be taking these ferries to the promised land. What the fuck is going on over here?
Yeah, no.
Let Mamdani handle that. No, but yeah, like you got to say some wild shit. And also it's probably like, I don't know, you got to have you have to have a little bit more extreme ideas and then you galvanize those people on the extremes. But now when you have an actual shot to be mayor, you don't want to lose them. Right? Because if you go, I was just kind of being hyperbolic and I was being a little bit crazy, they all go, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
So like I saw a video recently of him, at some event and there was like some dude who's like Palestinian came back. He goes, what do you mean you recognize Israel? I supported you because blah, blah, blah.
This is before the primary, to be fair. This video.
that video?
I'm fairly certain it was before the primary.
It was right after the debate.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, got it. So it was like, here's this thing where it's like you're trying to land the plane. And guys, I don't want to do any more 9/11 jokes.
Yeah, this is extremely.
Can we fucking?
And you better
chill
vote
out
for
about
Eric
that?
Adams because
It's fucked up, dude.
There was
you
no 9/11s during Eric Adams. Can you at least give him credit for that?
That's true.
Yeah.
Not one.
Yeah.
Kept the city safe.
He did.
Okay, Canal Street looks like Sudan. Okay, how did the Sudanese take over the Chinese main export in America, which is fake shit? When did this happen? Have
Belt
you
Road
seen this?
Initiative. They took it
I've
over.
only known Africans to be selling the fake shit. I assume that was how it always
Son, when
was.
we were growing up, it was Chinese ladies.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
China bought Africa, and now the Africans are working for the Chinese.
Yo,
Yeah. So UN
they
votes?
outsourced their Chineseness.
They put them on the corners now?
Mamdani got to do something about that.
Yeah.
You got to get these Chinese people their jobs back. I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of these Africans stealing these Chinese people's jobs.
Oh, man.
No. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So now he's got to land the plane, and now he's got to be delicate about the shit he says. Like when you're the guy who's pulling at 0, you could say whatever the fuck you want. It's not real.
Dude, I would see the Israel stuff and like he would say, I believe Israel has a right to exist as a country. And then he would say what they're doing is crazy, which I think how most of us feel. So I think even before on that.
He said they have a right to this as long as they respect international law or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I know that's nothing crazy.
Son, the rest of them, like when every one of them were like tap dancing on that debate stage.
That was fucking embarrassing.
And he was the one that didn't do it. That's when I was like, okay, this kid got some balls. He's not bought. This is cool. That's fire.
I think that was massive. There was some really nice. His social media team did a great job, dude. There's one moment of his mom coming out while he's campaigning, and he like gives her a big hug and a kiss on the cheek, and she's like, he's eating junk food, and she's like worried about. It's like really sweet and endearing.
Yeah.
So that made him look nice, and then dunking on Cuomo with that fucking. You're right.
Oh,
I'm
no,
not
he's
like
ready.
you. That's when I was like, oh,
He's
got
ready.
it.
The
He's
campaign
ready.
is phenomenal.
He's gonna ruin the city, but he's ready. He's ready. He's gonna do it in style, and he's gonna do it in an accent that nobody with immigrant parents from Queens has ever had. I know accents. I have 3. None of them. I have 3 accents. Okay, most New Yorkers have between 2 and 4 accents.
So
okay?
he's a real New Yorker.
No, but this
You
one we
sort
don't
of-
have here. There's no politician accent in New York.
When did he move here? Because he went to school in Uganda or whatever. Probably went to
So
a
where's
British
that
school.
click shit?
He probably went to a
Why
British
isn't he
school.
clicking? That's what
But
I
he
want.
probably went to a British school.
I
That's
want
where
him
you
to
pick
be
up.
frustrated with someone and suck his teeth. Like, you know that? I want to, if you do that, if he said that to Cuomo, Al, you're such a fucking cracker, man.
Yeah,
you
dude, you fucking
can't even
football
make
player.
African jokes around you, dude.
Yeah.
You don't even know what the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah, dude.
When he was 7? Yeah, he probably shouldn't have an accent from you.
I'm pissed off he doesn't have a bowl hanging from his bottom lip. Like, are you from Africa or not? You know what I'm saying? Where's the bowl on your bottom lip?
Yes, dude.
Sir,
Yes.
look at this guy. Got a regular lip.
He is handsome, though.
I love this guy, dude.
He is handsome.
Good looking Kardashian.
Between him and Elon, dude, Africans are taking over American politics.
Yo, non-African Africans are crushing it.
I mean, they've been ducking us, but yeah, I like them.
Yo, that's the other thing. Because let's what is it? What is that?
Cards on the table.
Yes.
No. Put a nail in it or something like that. Clear the slate. Clear the slate, whatever like that.
Clear the air.
Fuck. Put a bone in his nose? What do you say?
We'll get there.
Wait, what is it? What are you trying to say
Let's
right
put
now?
a bowl in the lip right
No,
now.
you're being
let's
so
put a bowl in the lip
racist,
right
bro.
now. Listen, let's ring up the neck. Let's bring up the. I don't even know if that's in Africa. I think it might be like an Asian
I think
tribe.
it's Malaysia.
Malaysia. All right, shout out them. Okay.
Indonesia. I don't know.
Okay, so listen, I've had a lot of people reach out, yo, you can have Mamdani on, okay? Yeah, we've been trying to have them on. And Mamdani, maybe your comms people aren't getting back to you or whatever it is, but like they've been ghosting us. Initially, I think they were reaching out a lot. You were in touch with them. They were really trying to come on.
Yes, they were.
We had to go to Ibiza before they want to turn this into, the expanding the caliphate to New York City.
Also, don't say we. What do you mean we?
The Royal.
Hey, you know who else uses the royal we? Mamdani.
Exactly. So, listen, we all went on vacation, right? And, okay, and then I come back from vacation. I'm trying to email a com. I'm texting the comms person. I DM them. They gave me a little cold shoulder when I DM'd, and then somebody else in the DMs was like, oh, actually, yeah, I heard we're in touch with some people, blah, blah, blah.
I tried to get him like a month and a half ago, brown to brown, man to man interview. He wouldn't even. Nothing.
I'm just saying this is the biggest podcast in New York City by far. You have the ability to touch all these different people. You're going to do these little live streams and these other things. Like it probably could be a good idea to come. So maybe Zohran, maybe your people aren't telling you, or obviously things are kind of busy, but if you want it, you want it. It's simple as that. You know what I mean? If you want to be mayor of the greatest city in the world, you got to get after it. You got to touch everybody. So
Yeah, take it from Cuomo. That's how you got to do it. But if you want to win, you got to touch everybody.
we just want to put it out right now so we don't have any of this election shit, right? He's been asked. His people are not getting back to us. They were asking to come on a lot after the win. They've kind of gone ghost. Win on the primary, they've gone ghost. So, Zohran, maybe this will reach you. Maybe some. I've also asked other people to go reach out to him, whatever. I don't want to say they're ducking us. But they're ducking us. Yeah. No. So listen, we have a seat right here. We'd love to sit down and talk to you about, some of your policies and how you've managed to galvanize white losers to support you. And son, there's no minorities that voted for him. I looked at the demographics.
I don't vote, but yeah, I would have.
I'm telling you, they don't.
Black people
it's
didn't
all
vote for
white
him.
people. It's
Black
all,
people didn't
it's
vote
all
for
of Brooklyn. It's all of white Brooklyn voted for him.
Yeah.
Black
and
people-
all of Queens. Queens is the most diverse.
I don't think black people really voted for him. I think
it's
he
only
had
white people.
all of Queens.
It's only white people. He had his little neighborhood,
He
which
lost
is
the
the
Bronx.
whitest neighborhood in
He
Queens.
lost the Bronx. Yeah.
Of course he lost the Bronx, because there's no white people there. The only white person in the Bronx owns the Yankees. So, yeah. So I want to know how he's galvanized. I mean, what I assume it has a lot to do with the college loan thing. So it's just like people who go to college. Obviously, no one in the Bronx has ever done that, but like people obviously.
You better chill out.
What? Is that what the Bronx is known for? Higher education?
I keep talking that
What?
There's a college up
That's
there.
the 4 or 5 train away. They gonna come down and smack the shit out of you.
And they would prove my point. They're busy drilling, dude. They're drilling. They're drilling. Okay? No one in Bushwick, Fort Greene, or Williamsburg is drilling. Okay?
Williamsburg, they're drilling.
Yeah,
the Jews.
The Jews.
They're getting underground.
Tunnels. Yo, Mamdani, are you going to allow the Jews to build tunnels whenever they want?
Do you see what happened in Borough Park?
No.
99% voted against Mamdani. It's the highest non-Mamdani neighborhood.
What is Borough Park?
It's all
That's the
Hasidics.
Jews, yeah.
Oh, but I heard there were some Hasidic communities, or there were some Jewish communities that actually supported him.
Maybe, but the Hasids are like the most like they just vote all together at once.
Yeah,
Really
yeah.
good.
Singular brain.
Yeah.
They're like those. What is
I hate
that
when I
fucking?
say yeah. He'll say something. I go yeah.
No, they do have a singular brain. Like, I think that's what makes them so effective as like a voting block. It's like there's the rabbi says this is what's going down, and then they do it. Look how they dress. There's no like individualism.
Who's that 1%? They gotta
again?
find that guy. Who's that 1% that didn't listen?
Yeah.
He said 99% in Borough Park.
That's a
100.
good point.
Yeah.
Just one gentrifier, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking Modest Yahoo. The one guy that got out.
Also, guys, we dropped a bunch of new tour dates on the website, akashsing.com. Starting in August, we're going to do Kansas City, Missouri. We're going to Perrysburg, Ohio, Liberty Township, Ohio. A lot of Ohio. We're going to Dania Beach, Florida, Cleveland, back in Ohio, Dubai. Hurry up and buy those tickets because they're almost gone. October 5th, October 23rd and 24th, San Jose. I'm going to be coming to San Fran, Orlando. Guys, go to akashsing.com. Hurry up, buy the tickets. Your boy's selling out, so buy the tickets. I'll see y'all later.
What's up, people? New York City. I'm going to be doing my monthly show that I do with my friend Joey Avery and, unfortunately, my friend David Sanchez. It's awesome. I can't wait to see you guys there at Mary Lou. Tickets in my bio and in the description of this video. Also, I'm going to Fort Worth, Texas, Austin, Stamford, Connecticut, Levittown, Washington, D.C., Chandler, Arizona, San Diego, Burlington, Montreal, Toronto, Berkeley, Detroit, and many other places.
It's bigger than the Pentagon.
I'm going to be
Wait,
honest.
what is it? The Lincoln Memorial?
We're going to have to bleep some of this, okay? And no one knows what got bleeped. You guys had let the shows.
And also, if you want to see Mark in New York on July 19th, you could see him at the Hard Rock Hotel. Cancel comedy. Mark will be there. A lot of people will be there. If you don't want to suck his dick, you could suck Akash's dick or Miles' dick, because
I'll
I'm
be
going to
there.
try.
Only to get my dick sucked, not to perform.
All right. Thank you, guys. Peace.
I also think part of the reason he won, maybe secondarily, I don't want to argue with Friedberg, but like when you feel cheated by mainstream politicians, for lack of a better word, the guys on the outside are going to start seeming a lot more appealing. He seems so much more authentic than Cuomo has seemed since COVID, at least. He seems more authentic than me than Eric Adams seems. He seems like he cares.
Yes.
You can say not authentic or
I don't
like...
feel like he's authentic. But
Okay,
I do,
fine, but you can. It feels like he cares.
I think he has plans and ideas that appeal to the frustrations of New Yorkers, where these other politicians like the Cuomos, whatever, feels like it's just going to be the same old,
Yes.
that has put these New Yorkers in the position they are right now.
Yeah.
They're suffering. The only problem is like a lot of the plans that he has, some of them, and this is why I want to talk with him, and not on some gotcha shit, but like from my little research, like implementing them would be quite difficult. You know, like for example, to pay for all of his plans, he wants to like increase taxes by 2% on like the billionaires. Sure, great idea. The mayor can't do that. You have to convince the assemblyman to do that. Taxation, even in the New York City, is done in Albany, right? Which he was working in the state assembly and he didn't do while he was there. So how is he going to get it done now that he's mayor? He was in the position to raise taxes before for 4 years or whatever it is, and it didn't happen. Now he no longer has that authority to make that change. How is that going to happen? There's certain circumstances also, like understanding like this like rent freeze. I get it. Rent is fucking crushing people. I get it 100%. There's downstream effects of that cause rental problems in New York City right now. Now, I'm sure there's other things to refute this,
And
of course.
it has been done before.
It has.
Bloomberg.
No, the rent freezes have been done before, 100%. But the downstream effects create these like what are called ghost apartments. Have you heard of these? Like zombie apartments. So when you have a limitation in the ability to increase rent, and I'm not making the argument for increasing rent, and there's a bunch of fucking scumbag landlords out there, don't get me wrong. Like, I actually love this idea of like finding ways to make it more affordable for New York, but I think the way you do that is by increasing production. You basically create more supply, and then that brings it all down. But right now what you're going to do is, he has plans to build, but building takes time. You can't just erect a fucking skyscraper in a month or two like they used to do back in the day. Like, you have building codes and all this other fucking shit. So you have this situation where if you're not allowed to increase rent, it doesn't incentivize the people who own the building to renovate those apartments. It actually incentivizes them to leave them vacant until hopefully one day they change. So there's 100,000 units that are rent controlled in New York City that are sitting vacant right now. 100,000. because of this change. So these are the types of downriver effects that we need to think about. Like, yes, rent freeze makes you feel awesome now. And as a voter, you go, well, I don't care about downstream. My life is difficult right now. I need to know that I'm not spending more money every single year on rent. I get that 100%. But do we create a problem? Does this solution create a much bigger problem down the road, which it looks like it has, whereas freeing up places to build so you increase supply will naturally drive down rent?
So I would have to do more research. I just don't see how it would incentivize a landlord to not rent out the apartment, because a rent freeze is year to year. It's not like a long-term thing. It's not a forever thing.
What does that mean, a rent freeze is year to year? Meaning like...
It's like every year they decide how much rent will go up, like what percentage.
But that exists, that exists already.
Yeah, so he's just talking about a rent freeze that's temporary.
So for this year, we're not raising rent.
Yeah.
Next year, we'll revisit.
So it just temporarily helps people who are already like pretty hard, like month to month with rent.
And then what? How would that help those people next year? I guess is
no, but that's the thing. It's like
temporary relief.
Temporarily, you help people, and so like if you're really check to check now, okay, I know for the next year my rent's not going to go up, and maybe I can allocate some money, put some money away, whatever the case is. Like it just helps people who are starving right now.
It gives you like, you know, when you're playing the car racing video game and you pass the checkpoint, you get another 30 seconds or 40 seconds.
Yeah.
It gives you that, but it's not like a solution to the problem in New York City, which is a lack of units, right? And we have right now millions of square feet of office in Midtown New York that is zoned for offices. It's zoned for commercial. If we can change that zoning and we can start making residential properties there, yeah, maybe it's not like the most amazing place to live, but like honestly, who gives a fuck? You're in Manhattan.
It would be an amazing place to live, right? Like being in Midtown.
Sure. Like
you said, that those things take time. So in the meantime, I can freeze rent while creating more.
Because you said he wants to build. He wants to increase supply to match the demand. But while I do that, year to year, here's a rent freeze.
That's fair. And I did see him say that he has ideas to build. I think that you don't even need to build. I think you just need to rezone a lot of these buildings.
Which would be even faster.
And then like months. We're talking about transition in months. So many people are not working in these office spaces. I'm not saying a lot of people are working from home. Obviously, people have gone back in. But if there's still vacant offices, and we know the issue is supply.
Yeah.
It's not, you can't just put this like artificial cap. Right? An artificial cap, like you said, maybe it lasts a year or 2 years, but you're going to really affect the market, and then you're not going to incentivize the renovation of these units and the upkeep of these units. Now you want to have fucking slumlords? That's going to be next level slumlords.
That's if
it was forever.
Yeah,
and also, I'll say like there's a lot, like we have friends growing up that had I had both situations. I had friends that grew up that had rent controlled apartments, and there were like people that were like hardworking, struggling, and the landlords were doing everything they possibly could to get them kicked out of there, like piece of shit landlords. So we know those people exist 100%.
Absolutely.
Like I had a friend, my boy Carlos, who ended up being a cop. You guys have all met Carlos. And like the landlord stopped accepting rent from the family so that they could eventually claim that they weren't paying rent.
Oof.
So what his family did, they were smart enough, they just started putting the rent in in escrow. And just kept it there. And then they went to court and then they end up winning. But like these fucking landlords will do anything to do it. They'll buy some of these buildings, trying to buy them out. So we know that there's a lot of scumbag landlords. But there's also a lot of New Yorkers that have rent controlled apartments, and then they have a place upstate. Like I know a buddy of mine. He had a rent control apartment. It was in Brooklyn Heights, and then he had a place upstate. And that rent control apartment is not for you. It's not for people that can afford another place. And if the government knew that they had that other place, they would have kicked them out of that rent controlled apartment. So there are a lot of people with wealth that are taking advantage of this system as well. So it's not just these landlords.
Yeah, but his solution is a
fucking global intifada. What else do you want? It's a global intifada.
Here's how I know he's good is Dov don't even hate him.
Yes.
I was like, I think he's all right.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, this guy's good, dude.
That means Dov's in on some Mossad project. he's
bring him into the studio and you can talk to him and just see what he has to say.
If he passed Dov's sniff test, man, he's good.
Al and I got a $1,000 bet, though.
What's that?
On whether or not Al thinks he wins the general election. I don't think he wins the general election.
I mean, listen, nobody can win the general election without coming on Flagrant. So obviously, if he wants to have the same outcome as to give you $1,000, got the last socialist that
Yeah.
Yes,
This,
the
the
yin yang
socialist,
twin.
the yin yang twins. When the yin yang twin was giving everybody $1,000, right? He was gaining a lot of steam because American, New Yorkers were struggling, right? So not we, but many are struggling. So that seems really good. And then you play it safe, and you play prevent defense prevents you from winning.
Yeah.
He's gonna come on.
So you have an open seat to come on. But
I
if
have
you
quite a few unresponded to text messages.
He'll come on. But
So-
$1,000 bet.
Yeah, done.
Yeah,
No question.
That Zoe
He's not going to
will
win. Here's what I don't think people... Dude, I think it was awesome watching the momentum. He never had a target on his back. He didn't run with a target on his back because nobody saw him as a real threat. So he just got to talk his shit, be spicy.
Well, yeah, he wasn't a baby in Gaza. Like, well, why would he? Why would he have why would he have a target on his back, dude?
Yo, stop that shit,
Why would he have a target on his back?
Schulz goes away a little bit.
No. That's not fair. That's not fair. Because Hamas has headquarters right under that baby. And you have no idea, dude.
Did you think that was a diaper station? No, it was a fucking Hamas headquarters, dude. That's not Aquaphor. That's not Desitin. That's not the things that you need for diaper rash. That's all Hamas headquarters right there. Come on, dude. Don't you know how they make bombs? They use diapers, Desitin, and Aquaphor. You mix that up together, it's a fucking nuke. We gotta take it out. We gotta take it out.
We gotta send Schulz on vacation.
I know, right? I was just thinking that. Let's
God.
go.
Yo,
Schulz
How
needs some
annoying was
sun.
Dov in Ibiza, huh?
oh my gosh.
This guy's come around.
Dude, Dov was so funny, man. This guy loves partying, dude. He fucking loves it, dude. Like, I don't even fuck with partying no more, dude.
What?
I don't fuck with it that much. I like day parties.
Okay, that's a vibe.
I want to get drunk during the day, be sober by the time I go to sleep, wake up in the morning, play paddle.
Fire.
That's the, like,
Grown man partying.
I'm not trying. In Ibiza, everything is from 3 in the morning to 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking to John Summit, the DJ John Summit,
Yeah,
like
he's great.
huge. I'm like, dude, and I was talking to this other DJ Fisher. Do you guys know Fisher?
he's great.
He's fucking
Follow the Fish.
They're amazing. And I was like, fellas, I'm here. I want to see your guys' show. Like, I'm excited to see your guys' shit. Like, I want to see you guys. You're at the Mecca for partying. So I'm like, it's different when you're at like a club in Vegas. Like, I want to see you when you're at, what is the show like? And they're like, yeah, I'm going on from 3 to 7. I'm like, day party? This is fine. Like, what? He goes, no, 3 to 7 a.m. I'm like, I'm going to catch you in Vegas, my boy. There's no fucking way.
I'm gonna wake up at 6 a.m. and head over there.
Son, that's what a lot of people will do. They take a little nap, wake up,
Yeah,
and then go.
that's the only way you can make it.
But yeah, I'm too old for the night parties, bro. If your shit ain't starting at like 11,
Yeah.
But he loved it.
this motherfucker loves partying, dude. There was one night where I was so tired because I have a child that I have to wake up.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Can I just tell y'all something?
Yeah, tell us. I saw Andrew as a dad, by the way. We flew back together, and it was really funny to watch someone torture him the way he tortures everyone else.
Akash said the funniest shit. What did you? Oh man.
So,
what
and the
did you-
baby was crying. They were trying to. She was hungry, and poor girl's just crying. Shiloh was so beautiful. Emma was so sweet. She was like, "I hope you guys don't mind." I was like, "It's the cutest thing in the world." Anyway,
You're
Shiloh's
trying
crying.
to hold off giving them milk until the plane takes off, so the ears pop when they're drinking.
Oh, okay.
That's the idea.
Shiloh keeps crying.
Well,
Schultz
she's
going
hungry.
through it. Schultz, you can tell, just struggling, saying anything he can. I just put my head up over. I said, "Hey, it sounds like she gets grumpy when she's hungry. Who do you think she got that from?"
I had nothing. No comebacks, nothing. Son, on the way out, so on the way out to Ibiza, right? We get on the plane, right? Emma got Shiloh. Everything's good. I take a sleeping pill. I'm like, I'm gonna get ahead of this shit. I'm good. I take a sleeping pill, right? Take the sleeping pill. Gulp. Plane takes off. I'm knocked out. 2 hours. I'm deep in a sleep. 2 hours. Attention, everybody. There's a problem with the oxygen on the plane. We'll be returning back to New York.
No.
I said, oh no.
Damn. 2 hours into a sleeping
Keep
pill.
listening.
Oh
keep
no!
listening.
Oh no! 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 Oh no!
You waking up.
2 hours into a sleeping pill. This shit is just starting to kick in, right?
Groggy.
My wife is like, okay, I need you to help with Shiloh. I'm like, I don't even know what you need.
Yeah.
There's
Plus
nothing
low
I can do.
oxygen. You're
I'm low oxygen and I'm on a sleeping pill. I can barely stand up at this point. Okay, we're 2 hours out. We got to go 2 hours back. Lands. Okay, I am gone off the sleeper. I'm a zombie. I can barely hold the baby. I can't make the stroller, right? I'm trying to fold the stroller into the little part. I can't do it. I'm just like, yo, Zay, like I can't even make sentences to ask for help with the stroller. I can't do anything.
You're like Leo in a Quaalude.
So that's what it felt like. I go back, right? We just waiting for hopefully the plane takes off. Hopefully the plane takes off. We talked to a girl, right, who like went to the show at Madison Square Garden. We're like, yo, can you go check to see if the plane's actually going to take off? Because sometimes they bullshit. She's like, I got you. She goes back there, comes back. She goes, it's not happening till the morning. Damn. Bet. Get in the Uber. Look at the app. 15 minutes after we left, plane went to fucking
Bro. It sounds like you and Dove might have been the problem on the plane, dude. I think the two of you guys were sucking up all the oxygen. And they were like, we have an issue.
would have been tough.
I texted him. I said, how's Paris? He said, we haven't left yet. I said, what? You were supposed to leave 2 days ago. What's happening?
Oh, yeah. No, it was brutal.
Oh.
Well, you just asked a random lady, like, hey, give us intel on the plane?
No, I asked the lady, the flight
Oh,
attendant.
she worked there?
Yeah, she worked there.
Oh, fuck. And she punked you.
Punk me, but whatever. We got back out there, and then and Ibiza was cool. Have you guys been to Ibiza? Anybody?
No,
It's like fire. It's Mexico for Europe. It's Europe's Mexico. That's It's like everybody in Europe goes there. They party. A lot of Americans actually go there. Like a lot of people that are from Miami and shit because it just gets so hot, and you can go there. It's like relatively cheap. And what's cool about it is that like it's Spain, so Spain is not pretentious. France is pretentious.
Yeah.
And there's good things that come with pretentiousness. Like you can't be pretentious without having nice shit.
Yeah.
You gotta have nice shit to meet up with the pretentiousness.
Yep.
Right? So like we put up with their attitude because it's beautiful, it's amazing, right?
Yep.
Italy is like less pretentious than France, but still they got a little bit of, Spain is no pretentiousness. Like Spain, they're almost kind of Moroccans and shit. Like they don't even really know what they are. Everything's been so mixed and matched. It's like, and there's zero pretentiousness. So like there's never a moment where you feel uncomfortable, never a moment where you feel judged. Like it's for that. Is it as nice as in Italy or France? No. But like never feeling out of place or uncomfortable and always feeling like accepted and welcomed beats that in so many ways. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course.
No, I always saw Ibiza as a big party destination.
Half party,
Half and half.
wellness.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So half of the island, I heard it's like, I didn't know it was so many Americans, but like people like Germans and like Denmark and all the party kids, they go there, they go on drugs and then they party all the way in the morning.
Yeah.
And then the other side is just like older people with money who just want to chill.
So,
Like it's like an original wellness place.
so going with the fam was great.
It was amazing. It's amazing. Traveling with a kid is the hardest thing that's ever been done in history. I remember thinking about like D-Day when they like just dropped the door and like they fucking Germans started shooting and like the first 14 of them died.
Yeah.
And I was like, they don't even know what it's like to travel with a baby. Like there's nothing more difficult than traveling with a baby. I mean that, and I will stand by that for the rest of my life. But once you're there with the baby, it's like it's fucking incredible.
Amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's nice. I was going to try to join you guys. I was in Barcelona.
Yeah, why didn't you come over?
I just couldn't get away. We just had like so much stuff. It was my shorty's birthday, so there was a lot of family stuff that was planned. But I was looking. I saw like protests were going on for people, for tourists in Barcelona because they're like against it because they're raising property taxes for the people who want to transplant over there. And so there's just anybody who doesn't look like them, they're shooting them with water guns. That's the way they're protesting.
Protests for tourists. They're protesting Airbnb. They like shut down all those Airbnbs. Also, like literally, I had a conversation with a dude like, and he was the captain of this boat. We like took a boat out one day, and he was breaking down. It was so funny because like, he's like, I'm like, so what's going on? Like culture, like what's happening here? Like, how do you guys feel? It's like every country is the exact same problems right now. They're just like immigration is just so much immigration and it just and we're not getting the good ones. I'm like, who you getting? he goes, these Moroccans, man. Just Dove is at the front of the boat.
I was gonna say that same thing. I was talking to somebody there. It sounds like you're talking to an American when they're complaining about the
it's the immigration,
cost of living,
immigration,
Did you
and
get hit with
also
a water gun?
No, I was looking for it. I'm like, that's the best way to protest.
What's that?
I was looking for the people shooting.
Oh, the
people.
water guns.
Yeah, because I'm like, that's the best way to protest.
Also
You're in a place that's
refreshing.
hot.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
refreshing.
yeah.
It's like, please.
But they said this,
I
they're
couldn't find
like,
a single
the
one.
left-wing government lets all of the Moroccans in because they know that they'll vote left-wing. And I'm like, oh, I thought that was like a conspiracy in America. Well, this is like what the whole world is feeling right now.
That's so
Or at least the
funny.
Western world.
Dude, we gotta be
And-
grateful for Mexicans, dude. Right?
Son,
we live next to the best immigrants.
Dude, I literally said that to them. I was like, you have to understand, it's like how lucky we are. I was telling that to that guy. It's like, we have a country to the south and to the north, which are like so similar to us in terms of like culture. We all pretty much believe in the same God, same morals, same value. Like, yeah, there is going to be some issues with work and blah, 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 that kind of stuff. But it's not like they're coming in and like, they don't immediately assimilate because there's not much to assimilate to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. They pop over, vote for Trump. It's like,
you don't have
so
to
what?
teach them how to not.
Jesus.
Like you do with whom?
Say again?
Like you do with whom?
I don't know. Fuck.
I don't know why I set him up for that. I don't know.
No.
But yeah, that's, dude, one landmass. Europe, Middle East, Asia, all one. Like, we don't have that issue. They got real diversity over there. They divide them, but
But it is interesting that like people are having, I don't know, maybe it's a reflection of economic downturn and people are blaming it on immigration and you're just looking for a scapegoat for your problems, right? Like maybe it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
But maybe there was a very ambitious like immigration policy. Like maybe people had too much hubris. Maybe they had too much confidence. You know, it's like when you let few people in, they're forced to assimilate. If you let big numbers in, there's really not a force.
I still have
Right.
my community.
You have your community, so you don't really have to break free of that. Like you see that in New York a lot of times. Like you can go to Queens. There's areas of Queens where like people have lived their entire lives. They do not speak English. Like they just speak Spanish. You've been Colombian. Everybody in your community is Colombian, et cetera. There's no pressure. If that community didn't exist, now there's a real pressure. If you want to get a job, you got to speak the language. You got to do these things. I don't know, but
Not to mention, this is an ancient issue.
talk to me.
You know what I mean? Like the Spanish battling, like, you know, like North African, like Muslim people living in Spain.
Yeah,
This
it's
is like
the
dude,
Moors.
There's cities in Spain called, I think it's called Matamoros. And it literally means more killers.
More killers, yeah.
There's whole cities named after like, yo, this is where we killed all the Muslims.
Dude, if you
and
go
the
to the-
cities that has the same name today.
Dude, go to the south of
It's crazy.
Go to the south of Spain. You're gonna see tons of like these beautiful like repurposed mosques and stuff like that. Like the south of Spain is North Africa.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're talking about like a boat ride, like nothing.
So you get why they're going there. Like, yeah, dude, we're just taking it back.
Come back home.
This Spain was promised to us. Dude,
Come
we're
back
going
home,
back.
dude. They had they had the Jews that were living all throughout Spain, and then I think that it was like 1491 they elected Zohran No, but they kicked the Jews out in 1491.
And then 1492,
Yeah.
they came to America, got rich.
Isn't that crazy? They went to find them. They're like, yeah, where the fuck did they go?
Yeah, wait a second, what are we up to?
You didn't explain the fractional reserve banking before you left.
Yeah, we need to keep one of y'all.
Excuse me, please. Explain how you make the more money after out of the money. I don't understand. You have $10 and how do you make it into $19 without making $9 more?
Damn, dude, it really is that. They got rid of the Jews and they're like, we just need to go steal money from someone else. We gotta
Yeah.
just go. We can't make the magic.
Fuck?
We can't make Jew magic.
Or
money.
they got rid of the Jews, kept all their money, and they were like, let's build a navy. That might have been another thing that happened, you know?
Oh my God.
Son, who was telling me about this? I mean, this is who the fuck was telling me about this? When the Jews got kicked out of England. Did you hear about this?
No.
They got kicked out of England for coin clipping.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did you hear about this?
No.
So like what people do is like, why do they have the ridges on the end of coins? Right? Is because before they had the ridges, people would clip the end of the coins.
And they were made of the actual material. They were actually made of like knit or
One to
cotton.
one values.
So it wouldn't look different,
Yeah.
but you could get whatever. And somebody asked them, they're like, well, didn't everybody just do that? And somebody says, so he goes, yeah, but they clipped the hardest.
Oh my god.
You know who fucking told me that? Zohran Mamdani. That's my last one. My last,
No,
we
you gotta
don't
keep
believe
going
it.
the whole
We don't
episode.
believe it. Okay, this is bullshit propaganda.
From whom?
Dude.
The Clippers.
The Los Angeles Clippers. That's what I was about to say. All right, guys, let's take a break for a second. Yo, shout out Black Rifle Coffee, man. Black Rifle Coffee, Black Rifle Energy. You guys already know what time it is. I mean, I've told you guys about these. This is, I mean, listen.
No sugar. Sugar-free energy. Bang, bang.
Veteran founded, sugar-free energy. The Black Rifle Energy is absolutely fantastic, but veteran founded, okay? Who knows about staying up a while? I don't know, maybe a B-52 bomber that flies 36 hours to destroy, you know, a military facility that's inside of a mountain. Is that what happened in America a week ago, or is that the plot for Top Gun Maverick? It really doesn't matter. We live in a simulation, guys. Nothing matters anymore. But the reality is you got to milk it. While you're here, you got to be awake. You got to be aware. You got to get after life. And Black Rifle is going to help you do that. So right now, you head over to blackriflecoffee.com/flagrant. You're going to use the code flagrant for 30% off your purchase of your first order. That's blackriflecoffee.com/flagrant. Use the code flagrant. You can also find Black Rifle coffee, energy drinks, and gear in a grocery or convenience store near you. All right, guys, let's take a break for a second. Listen, you know we don't play around when it comes to WWE, okay? Obviously, I was, you know, sabotaged. I was sabotaged at Madison Square Garden, my home, by a Judas, someone who I thought was a friend. You know, I honestly, I could take legal action probably against him.
You should.
You know, but sometimes you got to take action in these streets. Point is, SummerSlam is going to be wild, okay? Our boys over at Morgan & Morgan are giving one lucky fan a shot at the ultimate SummerSlam weekend. As America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan has been fighting for the people for over 35 years, and with over $25 billion recovered for their clients. This summer, they're giving one lucky fan an unforgettable WWE SummerSlam experience. Witness the biggest matches of the year. Not only are they giving away 2 tickets to WWE SummerSlam at MetLife Stadium this August, they're also giving away $2,000 in cash for travel, merch, or whatever makes you feel like a champ. And entering is very easy. All you got to do is text Flagrant to For the People, okay? That is 484-373-6753 for the chance to win 2 tickets to WWE SummerSlam at MetLife Stadium and $2,000. Just text Flagrant to For the People, the number 4. That is 484-373-6753. And remember, this is a paid advertisement. Let's get back to the show. We need to talk about your vacation. We need to talk about your vacation.
Oh, dude, we went to Paris. Paris is fire.
Yeah.
You just got to have someone to tell you where to eat. Because if you go on your own, we went off a Google review, and then my wife met with her friend and their husband, who's actually great. We got into a fight with 2 people next to us. It was a whole fucking thing.
At a restaurant?
Dog.
Strangers?
Yeah, so we're at this restaurant. It's like a fucking rainforest cafe.
Yeah.
My wife's friend makes a reservation. She goes, it has good Google reviews. And I'm like, that's a problem. In Paris, in Rome, don't trust Google reviews. It's a bunch of fucking idiots from Toledo being like, this is the best food I've ever had. You don't know shit. We go there, it's $12 tacos, and then also dumplings, and then also basmati masala rice. It's just like every cuisine in one thing. I've never met these people. I can't be like, where the fuck did you bring us? Dude, it's crazy. But this is not a nice restaurant. It's like,
I can tell.
the next table, exactly. Next table, we are this close together, right? Yeah. My wife's friend is like a very bubbly person, so like she gets a little loud. But like, we've been loud at diners many times. I know what loud is. It's just having fun. Girl next to us goes, hey, guys, can you quiet down, please? She feels really bad. I'm like, we don't say anything. It's like, all right, fine, whatever. We keep eating. Then I'm talking, and she says it again. She's actually saying it to this girl, but I thought she's saying it to me. She goes, guys, can you quiet down? I go, no, I'm not doing that. And then I start talking again.
I'm not trying to be on these people's side, but like, imagine you're trying to eat, and then you're just hearing double, 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 double.
No, dude, my wife's friends are not even Indian.
Bullshit.
I'm lying.
I knew it.
You know, so we stay true.
Come on, bro.
We stay true.
I already saw the Instagram. I peeped. I saw the Instagram story. I peeped it already. I was ready. Okay, tell me. So
Second time I'm like, we're just going to shut this down. I go, we're not doing that. And then I start talking. Then she starts yelling, putting her hand like close to my face. Then my wife goes, don't talk to my husband like that. Don't put your hand in my husband's face. And I'm like, now we got a thing.
Yeah,
I know this is not going down from here.
Does she have a man with her?
No, it's another woman. It's two friends.
You good?
They're French or American?
They're French.
Okay.
But you're here at the fucking Rainforest Cafe. The waitress is coming over in a printed t-shirt as her work uniform with a lizard on it. This is not a nice place. So my point is like, now we're all kind of, and I'm like, look, you're at a place with 12 euro tacos. Don't pretend this is going to be quiet.
Yeah.
Like, you need to go somewhere else if you want a nice quiet meal. Y'all can go spend money. She starts
This is why
yelling back and
immigration
forth.
doesn't work, guys.
This is some true Karen shit. She hits me, pokes me hard. My wife goes, I'll slap the shit out of you, bitch. Now it's a thing. Now our waitress comes over, this dumpy looking bitch, and she's like, what's going on? The other guy stand up, they're like, yo, she just hit our friend. And then the lady goes, what did he do? And I was like, what? And they said we were being loud. And the waitress goes, you were being kind of loud. And I was like, this is crazy.
I love this. That's fine. I'm sorry, but I love this.
Yeah, dude.
So the friend goes, get the manager over here. This lady's still screaming at me, still touching me. I'm like, do not fucking touch me. My wife is going nuts. We can step outside. This is a whole thing.
Yeah.
Then she starts staring down this other poor girl who was just being loud but hasn't said anything this whole time. She starts staring her down. Her husband is like, is this bitch looking at my wife? He gets in her line of sight like this. Full stare down. Manager comes over and there's an empty table. So my friend who's pretty calm, the husband is like, just tell him to move down a table. You can't hit somebody. There's an empty table. They can move down one. And then the manager talks to them. He comes over and he goes, I'm gonna be honest. You're right. She's fucking crazy. We're gonna move them down a table. Everything is cool. The manager's a minority, so he's not gonna this white lady's obviously gonna side with this French
they're white
bitch.
French people.
But the manager was like, this lady's fucking nuts. Oh, dude, also...
It's the only type of French there is.
I didn't know.
Miles, do you think the black people would be complaining about how loud the table is next to them?
Hey, something universal,
I didn't put
baby.
a color to them at all.
No, Miles is
He was
racist
like,
ass.
yeah, I was so racist.
He was like, you guys are eating in a jungle. They're obviously.
I didn't put any color to them. And then you said they were white, and I was like, oh, they are white.
Nah, Miles is picturing all this. He's like, hey, I know what it
No,
was.
I just didn't think about it. No, they're white people.
Damn, Miles.
Damn,
Too
Miles.
progressive, bro. You saw the French soccer team. You're like, no, they're
Yeah,
black.
I know.
French people are all black, obviously.
I just didn't even think of their color.
You didn't think of their colors? I didn't even think I had to explain. She's complaining about noise. Who does that?
French people. It just seemed very European. I don't know.
Anyway, keep going.
Sorry.
So what's
Sorry.
the...
Do you think Alexander Hamilton's actually black? I need to know. Like, I feel like you saw this.
Nah, he was.
So eventually they moved down, everything was cool. But the craziest thing is while she's complaining, and then my friend is like, yo, she hit our friend, whatever. Her friend goes, he hit her first. I said, are you your fucking mind, bitch? I'll get arrested if you say that. And she just goes, you're right. I'm sorry. And it was like, that's an insane thing to throw out there. And then just be like, you're right, my bad.
Yo,
That's fire.
I love these two women.
That's fine, son.
She punked the shit out of you. You ain't do shit, yo.
What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna knock her out?
Knock that French bitch out. They practically men. They don't shave and shit. Fuck her.
Bro, you hit him with the how can she slap?
Son, I really wanted to. I really wanted to.
Nah,
Don't-
your wife should expect the shit out
Yeah,
that thing,
yeah.
bro.
She should. If she said she'll do it, and then she kept touching you.
No,
that-
she's freaking out, dude. My wife freaking out. We got to calm. We're international. You don't get arrested here. We just got a Birkin. Don't press your luck. Sit the fuck down. But as soon as she said, don't talk to my husband like that, I was like, here we go. She fucked up. They ended up moving down, and then I was just intentionally louder for the rest of the meal. Every laugh was just...
You got
I
your
mean,
get back.
Damn.
She punked the shit out of you.
Damn, son.
Hey, she punked me. She moved down.
She mushed you, bro.
Yeah.
She moved.
Yeah, she
bitch.
mushed you out the way. She mushed you out the way. And they comped her meal because they had to sit next to fucking Hindustan.
It was crazy. I was like, y'all can pop this fucking 13-euro meal. If
Y'all
you're
should have
gonna-
brought out a hookah in the middle of the dinner, bro. Put your own hookah on the table, start hitting it, blowing into her face. That's how you teach them a lesson about a globalism or whatever.
No.
What are they called? The globalists, yeah.
No, it was a real nightmare. Next meal was great. We just trusted the hotel concierge. That was great.
Yeah, just let the concierge tell you.
Yeah.
What day did you get there? Nah, I'm just curious.
Yeah, what day did you get
Wednesday.
there?
Wednesday, because there was like a big festival going on in Paris.
Oh, it was the day after they injected all those people. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
read that story and then we left that night.
Wait a minute, they injected all the people?
Yeah,
What
so
happened?
it was just like block parties everywhere, and then there was I heard it's your people. They were injecting
They
people.
would say some shit like that.
They were. That's probably why she was being loud.
Indians?
They said Asians, but they
You don't know
referred
the
to them
fucking
as
difference.
Asians.
No, is that true? I saw,
In England,
in
they
Europe.
I saw almost no Indians when I was in Paris.
did. I saw a few.
Really?
Yeah, I looked for them.
But that, you're probably going to lock in more.
Yeah.
That's a lethal combination, though.
Indian and French.
You can't be doing that shit, bro.
Miles don't even know
you
where he's
can't be
going
doing
with
that shit. You can't be doing that shit. Come on, son.
I
You
just
can't be
canceled
doing
his
that.
house,
You can't be doing that shit. That's too much. That's too much.
None of these Parisians smell. I didn't smell that shit.
Thank you. Thank you, Akash.
You just right yourself.
No, I'm saying that.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie though.
Paris smells like
French
shit.
women are the hottest, bro.
It's unbelievable.
They're the hottest. They're
Unbelievable.
Like, Spanish women are the sexiest. This is something that people need to like really put some respect on Spain's game. Like when you go to like when we talk about like Latinas are hot and all this other shit. That is just Spain. Spain gave them all that hot shit.
Spain mixed with indigenous and black.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen 4 indigenous bitches walking down the street and be like, whoa, they got some real fucking sex appeal.
No, I'm saying the mix. It's the mix that makes them hot.
No.
Yes, it is.
It watered it down a little. It watered it down. The sex comes from Spain. They're the sexiest. But French, and
I mean,
I think
just beautiful.
it's an age thing. You need to be a little older to appreciate the French girl because they're not like you know how like a British girl will be like tons of makeup, like
yes.
tits out, like it's just like it's like a serving like buffet type of thing.
Yeah.
They're just straight elegance.
Yes.
Elegance, beauty.
They look naturally beautiful.
The most elegant
Most
women,
beautiful.
the most beautiful women on the planet, you know, obviously outside of our wives, are it's French. It's French women. It's insane how beautiful.
my God.
But the sexiest. What I will say this about Ibiza also, I forgot to mention this. Ibiza, you're not going to see the 10 out of 10s. The 10 out of 10s are in the south of France or they're on the Amalfi Coast or something like that. It's like you're in the 6 to 8 range. Okay, this is gross what I'm doing right now. But we got to get it out now before we're all wearing burqa. Like we're not even going to be able to objectify
gross?
women.
What's gross? Objectifying women?
6 to like 8, maybe 8.5 are the girls in Ibiza. But they'll have like fake tits. They'll have like a hand tattoo. They'll have all that kind of shit. But
Fuck is wrong with hand tattoos?
no, nothing's wrong with it. Do you have that?
It's such a specific.
Well, you have a little tattoo in your webbing. Aw. What is that, like from an Aerosmith video? Okay, the point is, the beauty. Okay, so you have this place that's not pretentious, and every girl you see, you think you can sleep with.
Ooh.
When you're at like every girl's just a fucking 6-foot dime.
Yeah.
You're not exactly going like, oh yeah, I'm definitely getting laid tonight. Anywhere you go, you're like, I could get laid. So I think that there's that crazy added value. It's like you don't feel out of place and every girl feels like attainable. That's a no-brainer.
And you're just being objective.
What?
Wait, what?
I fart out my pussy butt.
That smells like Paris, dude.
No, and I'm just being objective, obviously. Like
this is how
have...
illogical women are, is that you're being objective and they're like,
That's how
oh,
hot
you're...
my wife is. I'm looking at all these other women like they're 8s.
See? Smart. That's good. That's
You know
smart.
what I mean?
out with
Like,
you
I'm
in
looking at all
France.
these 8s. When I was in France, I was like, where's my wife at? You know, where'd she go? Yo, my wife, oh, this is a good story. Well, this boat, the captain of the boat takes us to this beach, right? Pulls up. It's not even like a beach. It's just some like random private shit, right? 2 dudes on the fucking, on the rocks, butt ass naked, jacked, dicks out, huge.
Whoa.
Huge dicks. Like so big we could see how
Miles,
big they were.
What color are you picturing?
Migrants.
Go.
I didn't even know Ibiza was in Spain, so I'm
White.
White, yeah, they're white.
Guys, beautiful bodies, amazing asses, huge dicks. Like, and when I say huge, it's like things from afar don't look that big. Like a lighter from afar, you can't even see it. It didn't look like a lighter.
It was a snorkel.
It looked like the candle, right? Like it was fucking big. And my wife and Jason's wife think that they're gonna like get us back. They're like, oh, what if we talk about their bodies, right?
Yeah.
We love talking about dicks. Like, this is like our favorite thing to talk about dicks. So, like, let's talk about the
all-time
dick.
backfire.
They're like trying. They go, oh, look how big their dicks are. And we're like, well, they're huge. Let's go closer. I haven't seen a dick soft that big in forever.
Tie the boat up to it. Dude.
Yes. Like, we loved it. They are so frustrated that them objectifying guys' dicks didn't drive us crazy. But we looked at it as a permission slip. So now, the next day, we're like, we got to look at the chimichangas. The chimichangas are titties.
Look at
right?
these French women's dicks.
French dicks are tits.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, there was a lot of tits, and there was about 15 minutes of that, and then my wife shut that shit down immediately. My wife hit me with the, I feel rejected, like you don't love me, like that kind of shit, just because I'm looking at some gigantic girl's tits.
Yeah, come on.
That's silly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love you so much.
You're just being objective.
When you go to a museum, you look at one painting.
No. You don't touch the paintings. You can't
You
steal them.
can't touch them.
No.
You can't take them with you. But you sit in front of them and you jerk off all over them because that's why they have the plastic
That's how they
covering.
make the Jackson Pollock.
Yes.
Exactly. That's where it came from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's impressionist art and then modern art.
You're like a PETA protester, dude. Throw some-
That's a great PETA protest.
yeah, just fucking jerk off.
That is a good PETA
Like,
protest.
why is there white paint all over this painting, dude?
That is fucking smart.
Bust on the Mona Lisa's face and
Not Mona Lisa. The model's walking down the runway. They're wearing the fur.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
start jerking off on them. Oh, you want
Yes.
animal products?
Yeah.
This seems like a horrible thing. Maybe we do need a Muslim rule. Maybe we've gone too far.
Yes.
Maybe we do need to expand the caliphate. Maybe we need not a global intifada. What is the have we figured
regional
out?
intifada.
We need regional.
Regional, yeah, block by block intifada.
Block by block intifada.
Yeah. Stop and frisk intifada.
What did you do on vacation?
No vacation. I went to Portland for shows, and then I went to a prison with Jelly Roll.
Oh my God! You texted the group chat this yesterday. I was like, "What the fuck is Mark up to?"
Dude, I was in
Did
Portland.
you perform?
He asked me to. He asked me. So I'm in Portland. He just messaged me. He's like, yo, Bubba, I'm in Portland. I was like, let's fucking go. So I went to the Portland Trailblazers training facility.
Yeah.
Watched them play basketball. I was like,
He didn't join in?
no, I was like, you guys got it. You guys can keep it
Okay.
up. And Jelly Roll's just an angel of a human being. I love him so much.
He's the
And
best.
He's also so skinny now.
Yeah, he's losing. He's losing.
Every time I see him, it's just half of the Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
He's not even a full Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
He looks amazing. And then he
Tell
goes
us about the prison right now.
he goes, hey, you want to go to the prison tomorrow? I go, yeah, let's do it. And he goes, do you want to do 5 minutes? I was like, nah, I'd rather not. And he's like, no, you got to do it. You just please. And so we show up. I'm like going through the set. I'm like, what do I do? I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, my opening would just be like, look, guys, I'm not going to pander to you motherfuckers. With that being said, I think you're all innocent. Okay, that was just gonna be like opening joke.
Yeah.
And so we show up at the thing. Immediately they're like, you can't wear your shorts. You look like a prisoner. I was like, what? Like, yeah, you're wearing blue denim shorts. That's what all the prisoners wear. You can't wear that. So I was like, oh, fuck. So I put on different pants. And then we go inside. And then they're like, the union boss said that they can't do comedy, only music. And I was like, whew. So then I just stood there. The prison is like 500 dudes deep. This is like the big event of the year. They're so excited. A lot of these guys are in there for life. A lot of these guys were on death row for like 30 years.
Nope.
And then they recently commuted their sentences to banned death row in Oregon.
I'm not doing that.
So now it's me and just a bunch of dudes. They are
Got
unfortunately,
nothing to lose.
the nicest guys ever.
Yeah, they are. I haven't seen a pretty bitch in a prison like that in years. You kidding me? You come with those locks? Those guys were stroking good that night.
They're gonna start protesting
They were
all over
stroking
you.
real good.
They were about to
Real,
protest,
real
dude.
good.
They
Yeah.
were phenomenally nice. Jelly's on stage. I'm just chatting with these dudes. I didn't realize.
There was no security around you?
No, there
Oh,
were
no,
just
dude, I'm
8
not
of these
doing that.
guys. I'm just hanging in the mosh with all the prisoners. They're so nice. And Jelly starts singing. He hits Save Me. The whole yard is singing Save Me together.
Somebody
Dude.
save
Bro.
Gotta be crying.
me.
And I'm crying. Everyone's crying. It's me and a bunch of prisoners just all sobbing, crying. I did whatever the opposite of scared straight is. It's like I went in there. I was like, I could do this for a while. Like these guys are pretty cool, dude. And so I just hung in there. I cried like a baby, and then I left. And Jelly was like, all right, Papa, that's it. And then they took a private jet and flew off. That was like the whole day. I just got sunburned with a bunch of prisoners talking about their life stories and crying.
It was outside.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
Yeah, dude. It
You
was
could have
awesome.
died, bro. They could have killed you.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
to lose. You got life, nothing to lose. And you walk in, you know.
Why would they kill him?
Well, I would say a lot
Fun.
of these guys with life, they're in their little program. They got the Lifers program where they take care of the prison. They run the whole yard. They set up the whole event themselves and they organize everything internally. Just give the information over to the warden, and they're
wow.
like, "Yeah, we're gonna do this. This is how we organize it." So they
I
got
think
like,
that's probably good. Keep them busy.
they got a bunch of autonomy. They got like a Zen garden. They got a healing garden. There's all this stuff.
Anybody try to Wait, what would they have in the Zen garden?
They just had like this beautiful garden. It was immaculate.
Bonsai?
All sorts of shit.
Oh, dog.
So they got it
worried
better
about-
than regular people living in Portland.
No, hold on 1 second. Because I've recently become very interested in bonsai.
Yeah, you're a
How
bit of a green thumb.
disconcerting is this?
He's a green
He
thumb now.
texted me, son, I think I'm getting into bonsai. I was like, are you okay, dude?
Son, I needed some relaxation,
so
bro. I'm
glad
stressed. I'm traveling with a baby, and then all of a sudden, a bonsai video came up on my feed. And I'm like, these are the most majestic plants I've ever seen in my life. I'm just staring at it,
I
and I'm
don't
just
get it,
feeling
dude.
relaxed.
Yeah, dude.
I don't
They
get
have
it.
three-
You all right?
No.
Son, that's what I said. I said it was a crisis
you
text.
all right?
No. I'm having a midlife crisis, but like not in the way where I buy like crazy cars and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's in the way where I think about purchasing a bonsai and then
small
curating
tree.
it.
Yeah. If
And
you
finding
go-
a way to make the trunk really thick.
Brooklyn Botanical Garden, they
Yeah.
have 300-year-old bonsais.
I know.
You can go see them.
I know all of them. I know all of them by name. I know how much money they are, and I know how long they've been growing them. These things, they're, for generations, they grow these things.
This guy once saw one Spanish
It's
cock,
living
and he was
art.
like, I need a bonsai.
Let me tell you
He
something.
texted me that too, like that would sell me.
He's like, I need a-
Oh, it's living art.
It's
Oh,
living art.
Now I gotta go see
Can
it.
I tell you one thing about the bonsai? Is that if trees can feel things,
Son, I said the
He
same.
used to be a New Yorker. What the fuck is he turning
we have to
into?
prepare for a new New York. If trees feel like Fern Gully, like they actually have feelings, this is the most cruel thing that's ever existed in humanity. If trees have feelings, the Japanese should be bombed again and again and again and again.
It's a miniature rape of Nanking every day.
Bro,
in this
every
little-
day
this little-
they peel the skin off of them. They cut the limbs. They put them in pots that are way too small for their size. Like it is. But seeing something small that looks ancient, right, like a midget with a beard, is exciting. You like look at it and you're like entranced.
There's
by
wisdom
it.
in
I'm
there.
not
There's wisdom.
entranced by it.
No, it is
Can I just
fascinating.
take you on a bonsai journey?
Yes. Yes.
Because
Yes.
they have it in the Brooklyn Botanical Gardens.
Okay,
They have a
let's
bonsai
go.
section. We can go, and I would love to take you, and I'd love to help you relax there. I think you'll have the best sleep you've ever had in your life.
Okay.
Yep.
I am willing to do this.
You
do
wanna
me a
see them
favor.
twisted
On
and
the way
gnarled,
there, on the way back,
windswept.
let's have some therapy sessions, you and me.
I would love
Because
therapy.
I don't think everything is okay.
I need therapy. I need to talk about a lot of issues.
yeah.
But I'm going to put it away to the side, and I'm going to get into bonsai instead. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do what men do, okay? I'm
Yes.
not going to confront my problems.
How many things can you find? Paddle, bonsai. At what point do you just be
It's
like,
never enough!
yeah, let's just work
It's
through it.
never enough!
This one might be the one, dude. It might be the one.
I think it's the one.
yeah, I think this will fix
Oh,
it.
it's so beautiful, these bonsai trees.
They're not.
all of them. I prefer a pine, like a Japanese pine. But, yeah. I'm sorry.
And can we look
Was that
up-
funny to you?
Yes.
Was
Can
that
we-
funny?
It's horrifying to me, actually.
Why don't you bring one bonsai up and see if it doesn't relax every motherfucker on this couch right now?
All right.
Bring up one fucking bonsai tree.
Dude, I think they had some of these.
That
in
one right
prison.
there. Yep. Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Look at the root structure. Look how thick those trunks are. Do you know how difficult it
dude.
is to get that trunks? You have to wire the branches, force them to grow in certain ways. Then
Thick
you clip
trunks.
the wires. I mean,
We're in a-
Alex.
Yeah.
Yo, pray for Schulz, bro.
Son,
Like, this motherfucker's going
I can't
through
have
some.
interests. I can't have interests.
You got enough. You got enough. You got a baby.
What are my
You got a
interests? I
baby.
have a baby. I spend every waking moment I can avoiding her.
Clearly. Look at that.
I swear to God, he was texting me this, and I was like, to my wife, I was like, dude, I think Schultz needs help. Like, I need to be there for him.
I have to find out who I can text. Because I texted to Uyeda, and he's like, dude, all I want to do is retire and do bonsai.
That's because he's Japanese, dog.
He's from
Fucking
Nippon,
think.
dude.
He's
That's a
going
good
back home. Of course he feels that way.
Yeah, but okay, can I appreciate other cultures and can I appreciate what they've given us?
Yeah,
Think about
but like, do
bonsai like you
cooler
guys
shit.
think about cows or whatever. Like just you embrace them, you let them live. You don't just like chop them apart and
But
use them.
they treat them cruelly, like you said.
Well, it depends. You also starve them, so maybe it'd be.
No, we don't.
Yes, have you ever seen a cow in India? It looks
Have
like
you
a
seen
fucking
a person in India?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, they don't get food sometimes.
Yeah, it is true. Look how beautiful that tree is. Jesus, so balanced.
I don't get it.
Oh.
Windswept.
See, imagine if you were just in prison, this is what you could do all day. Right? That's what
I
happened
thought
to me.
about it.
You listen to Jelly Roll, you work on your bonsai. It's pretty sick.
I've
It'll be
thought
great,
about
you
it,
know?
but then I don't get to see my little chicken.
No, you get visitation.
Yeah, but not enough.
It's once a day. It's perfect.
It's not enough. Oh, look at them. Look at how majestic they are. Look at the root
Dude,
structure.
when Schultz retires, it's going to be so funny how much he changes.
Do oldest
Let me
bonsai
tell you how
ever.
quickly the second there is like an adult paddle tour that I can be competitive at.
The XFL of paddle.
If they have that, It's over. It's over. I'm retiring. Okay.
He's gonna grow his hair out.
You can just start this.
He's
right?
gonna vote for Mamdani. It's gonna be a whole. He's gonna
I'm
be
not-
very zen.
I cannot
once he's
wait
done.
to vote for Mamdani and then
don't get it.
move to Florida. I cannot wait to do this. I don't love that one.
Scroll down. Scroll down.
Oh God.
Yeah, what's the oldest one? How old?
Oh, look at it! Oh my God! Look
cool.
at that. root
Those guys have been
structure.
tending it for thousands of years.
That's
So
cool.
the oldest one is like a few hundred years old.
Bro, this one's estimated to be 1,000.
I don't believe it.
I think there was one in Hawaii. There was one in Maui, I think, in what's that place, Lanai or whatever. I think there was one like really old bonsai tree.
Yeah, Lanai.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I mean, look at that. These have been passed down for generations. You have to upkeep these
How
things.
big is that thing?
Probably a couple feet. They do make bigger ones. Those are a little bit more impressive, but they're not as special, some might say.
You're going to pass this down?
No.
You're going to die with it?
No, I'm going to free it like Jefferson did with his slaves or whatever. Like once I die, the bonsai can then go be a tree as it wants. But I'm going to make it a little teacup poodle for this. You have a bonsai. Your little dog, that's a
Yeah.
bonsai.
Yeah.
You realize we like little things, right?
They
so
look like
they've
big things.
mutated the dog to you have a bonsai that sits and shits and pees. I'll just get one that doesn't
Yeah,
sit
but
shit
that
and
don't
pee.
cuddle with you.
Yeah. Like
Says you.
This doesn't.
Says you. Not
Have
everybody needs
emotions, it doesn't-
cuddles. Not everybody needs that. Sometimes you just want to look at something beautiful.
I don't get it, dude.
There's a
I'm worried
wonderful
about
lesson
him.
in here.
I'm worried about
Yeah,
him.
no,
You're going to pass this on to your family. They're going to be like, oh, all right.
Listen, I do think you should be worried about me, but outside of that, look at that juniper. I think that juniper. Go down, scroll down. I think the juniper is going to be beautiful. Oh, I hate it. Keep going.
Yeah,
I like that.
that's a little too modern, dude.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. The other way, the other way, the other way, the other way, the other way.
That's number one. We got to number one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Just
dude.
majestic.
1,000 years old.
Truly majestic. That root structure, where does it go? Look at that. 500 years old. 500, Al.
Yes.
How many generations?
One Japanese generation. One Japanese guy is 500 years old. Still
Okay, so
printing
you
it.
went to prison and then you did some shows in Portland.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
But they were fun.
Oh, they were great.
Portland actually has a great comedy scene. Fantastic.
Dude, it had every type of mix of person you can imagine. You
Yeah.
had like the non-gendered native barista, and then there's just like a Mexican MAGA guy just sitting hand in hand. You
Yeah.
know? It was beautiful.
No, it is a great. A lot of times these like super, like liberal cities, the comedy scene doesn't necessarily reflect that. It's like a rebellion against
Yeah.
it, and they have awesome comedy scenes.
Yeah, and Jelly was awesome, and the prison was awesome. It was honestly a great weekend.
I love it.
Yeah,
It makes
that's
me
right.
very happy. Now listen,
Jelly performing also, or he just
Yeah, he
went
was at
for-
the arena with Post Malone the
okay,
night
okay,
before,
got it.
and then the next day he goes to the prison, doesn't film anything, doesn't tell
Fucking
anyone
hero.
about it.
I love that.
He's the best
I know.
guy.
He went last year and he was like, I'm coming back for you guys. And he came back and they're like, we can't believe you came back.
wow,
It was the only event that they do all year.
because everybody forgets about them. You have a friend that goes to jail for a long period of time, and it's just exhausting to keep in touch.
That's what it is. They make it hard intentionally.
Yeah, they
But
do.
yeah.
They have to punish them. I mean, it can't be a fucking slumber party every weekend, right?
Yeah, Woodstock 99.
Yeah, like well, it should be hard.
Bonsai trees and Jelly Roll concerts. I think.
I mean, sometimes they give them cats. You've seen that?
Yeah.
No.
You give the prisoners cats.
That's fire.
Yeah, it's just like a little flashlight. You could. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Tom. Sorry, Tom. Tom, sorry, it's too soon. It's too soon, Tom. I want everybody to put out a little bit of a RIP. Tom lost his cat that was his ringtone. Shout out Taters. I want everybody to go wish Tom Cassetta's cat a wonderful 10th life or whatever.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't get 10th life. Well, the 10th life is the afterlife.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, Tom, we love you.
Love you, Tom.
Tom,
RIP Taters.
He's crying right now. You leave it. Just let him
Tom,
be. Let him
now
be.
is the time.
Thanks.
Okay.
Mid tears, dude.
Enough. Sorry, Tom. Okay, guys, we have a very special guest because I want to talk about, we got to talk about this fight this weekend. It
A
was
big
fantastic.
fight.
Yeah.
A street fight. A street fighter.
Oh, there's also that. Oh, I was talking about something else. But yeah, shout out Street Fighter.
Dude was talking about Akash getting fucked up on a French bitch.
A rumble in the jungle.
There's no way you hit this woman.
No, but my girl would have stuffed the shit out
Oh,
of
she
her.
wouldn't. Shut up. None of our girls are doing anything
I
in
gotta
a
talk
fight.
like she's tough. I
None of our.
know. I know.
But we have a fighting expert that can discuss all things fighting.
I think we need to let's talk about the UFC fights, then we can talk about Street Fighter. Man, shout out everybody that was excited about that. Thank you everybody who made memes and stuff. Official Flagrant memes was killing it. Jay was killing us. But yeah, man, that's going to be really exciting. So I want to talk about that a little bit. But right now we have to talk about this UFC fight. So let's bring in an expert, someone who knows a little thing or two about it. Hey! Give it up for the motherfucking champ! The champ is in the building!
What's good, bro?
How you doing?
What's up?
Good.
What's
What's
up?
up, baby?
Happening.
Good to see you, brother.
My boy, come here. Come here. Champ
Where
gets the
am I?
big seat. Champ gets the big
yeah?
seat. Yeah.
Well, let's get down for you.
Champ gets the big seat.
How you doing?
My brother.
You good?
Congrats, my man.
Yo,
Okay, listen.
Thank you.
We
This
want to
is
talk about
fun.
everything that we've been up to, obviously, but like you were at the fights
Yes, I was.
this weekend. Where were they, by the way?
Vegas.
They were in Vegas.
Yeah.
Okay.
International Fight Week usually always in Vegas. Yeah.
Okay, so that was a pretty fucking good card, dude. Like I want to get a little, also, is your trainer here, by the way? The guy who fucks the Asian girls, the Saigon Joe?
I forgot about that.
The Saigon Joe?
Dude, Bonsai Billy, dude.
Nah, he's not in.
Where is he?
Nah,
Straight to Shanghai.
Back home. He's back home.
Okay. So you were at the. What did you watch the? What do you think about this Jonathan Van kid? Am I getting his name
Joshua
right?
Van.
Joshua
Joshua
Van.
Van.
Sorry, Joshua. What do you
So-
think about him?
That was like the first proper fight that I watched. I heard good things, and then I seen a couple of highlights. I'm like, oh man,
Did
this
you watch
guy's
him
good.
3 weeks ago when he fought?
I ended up seeing the highlights of that.
Yeah.
But then I knew how good Roy Val is. But then I end up picking Joshua Van because I'm just like, man, just momentum right now, just on a tear. I'm like, I think he's going to get it done. And, big week, International Fight Week. He'll just turn it on. And, oh, man, did they turn that on? How was that, mate? That was, I reckon that's probably the best fight I've ever seen.
Dude, it was unbelievable. I mean, if you haven't seen it, like I recommend watching it because, and I'm excited to talk to you about it specifically because what I thought that he did so well, and this is something that you've had to do well in your career, is like timing. He's not a tall guy and he doesn't have long arms. Like you actually have a lot of reach. I think that's what people don't realize about you.
We'll get back to that. Yeah.
Okay. but like his ability to counter. First of all, almost the entire fight was just striking.
Yep.
And very few kicks thrown. And it was this like impeccable timing and counters that he was doing. And Royval's long, kind of tall for the division. Like quick jab. But like, what were you seeing with this Van kid? Like, what?
That's why I can't wait to watch it back, like
strategically.
Just watch it on like a TV, and then they'll give you all the better camera angles. But exactly what you were saying, Joshua Van, especially early, he was like, he was just waiting, he's patient. And Roy Val was using that jab, doing that very nicely, and they're just waiting for the right time to go, or. When he did decide to go first, he was really good at still bridging the gap.
Yeah.
Well, as you were saying, he is short, but he understands the distance.
Yeah.
If he wants to jab his way in, or when he wants to commit, he does the work for me when he comes in. I'm going to make him pay. And he's quick. He can just do it like mid combo. The guy's firing. He's just going boom, boom, already free piece, like halfway through.
Great balance.
Oh, mate, it's incredible. And then even his when he chose to go forward or go first, he did a great job of even bridging the gap to, how he
What was he doing to close the gap when he was
just
coming forward?
a bridge, rather than me just stepping with, as you did a bit of boxing, back foot, and you're just sort of stepping that front foot in.
Yeah.
Bridging's going to be more of a leap. You're going to leap everything. So your whole base has to go further.
Yeah.
I'm that little bit further back. So just me stepping with a normal jab is going to pull short.
Yeah.
But you bridge the gap, we call it. So that's, you literally bridge your whole body, both feet.
You're stepping in.
Yes. So both feet end up getting right where you want to be, so you can fire the big shots as well. It was always well balanced, like you said, and throwing bombs.
It was so much fun to watch. The guy's on 3 weeks' notice, right? He had a big fight 3 weeks ago, won it in spectacular fashion, and then I think he broke his toe. Nobody said anything about it, which I like. I know all you guys fight injured, so it is what but it is cool after the fact, when someone wins, to acknowledge injuries. But a thing I've noticed that's different, obviously, from MMA and boxing is boxing is closer because you don't have to worry about the legs, right? So the fight is a little bit closer. Like MMA there's a little bit more distance. So when you are bridging the gap, like you said, when you're committing, you're really putting yourself in the lion's den, which you have to do because everybody you fight is fucking 6 feet tall.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
But like, so when I was watching these guys like manage that distance, I saw something I thought was really cool. A lot of times in boxing, you'll see like a pull counter. Like Floyd was magnificent at this, right? Like a jab comes in, you'll embrace the jab. You'll even kind of step back a little, not even step back, but like lean back and then throw the right on top. It looked like Van was moving into the jab.
Yep.
Like he wasn't even stepping back. And I imagine like in your career, you've had to kind of submit to that situation as well, where it's like the only way you're closing that gap is if you're moving into the punch that's coming at you.
Yeah, well, it depends on who you got. Like you were just saying with him, he did a great job of still being in a position where he could, hope that jab misses or whatever it is. But you're right, he would usually throw, I think from what I remember, it was like a hook even, yeah. As he was throwing the jab, boom, 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 and then just be like a free piece as he was coming in, which was pretty impressive to land a hook in that sort of, where he was positioned. But with myself, like with the last
You're
fight.
making money, bro.
I saw that.
He's making money.
Hublot,
Oh,
yeah.
it's a Hublot. Okay. I thought you had the reserve meal. Okay. Okay.
But for me, like with the last one, I had Diego Lopez, who's very similar, where he won't even try and dodge your punch.
And he's swinging. He's
If most people that want to counter, they're going to try and slip the punch and fire at the same time, if that makes sense. Where he was just, I'm just going to, as soon as you go, I'm just all offense. I don't care about defense one bit, which makes them dangerous. But obviously they can be hittable. But he had a good chin. Where I just felt like Joshua Van did a great job of, just waiting till he Royval, really committed, and then was able to sort of counter. They weren't too far, like when you were saying with the distance. I try not to get too technical.
No, be technical.
But with the range, sometimes the MMA, they go that little bit further.
Yeah.
But because Royval likes the boxing, he was like trying to just stay just out of that boxing range, But Joshua Van did a great job of just making everything he threw count at the right time.
And then
it looked like the round was getting away from him, and then it would just go blah, 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 and just like
and then
big
to
reactions
finish
from the
it
shots.
at the end of the third, almost finish him. Okay, and
But
then
he's got to watch that fight anyway.
yeah,
Go
go
check. What we're talking about.
It's and then of course, obviously the Topuria, your boy. Have you watched? Do you watch those fights? Like when you get, what is that like for you? Like when you. I don't even know how to ask you these questions. Like when you get caught, like
ask him. That's all good.
what is that when you're rewatching it? Can you separate yourself from it and just look at it technically and be like, "Oof, I shouldn't have been."
Oh yeah, definitely. That's the only way I sort of look at it. Like obviously you understand Ilia's power, but with that fight you're talking about, or even with the Islam fight, the second one with the 2 knockouts, I just look at I should have done this, should have done that. They're pretty obvious to me anyway. So it's
the
easier.
second Islam fight, I feel like your hand's here, and he like clips like the top.
Exactly.
I'm not. He earned that position. He earned that knockout. But to me, that was like I'm not. It's not luck at all. It's skill, etc. But I would say positioning wise, it's not like you were like grotesquely out of position in that moment that you got caught.
Well, no, exactly. Well, the difference with that fight and the first fight, like I will try and. Like I was being a bit more clever when I wanted to get into range, and I didn't want to just walk forward.
On first fight or second?
In the first fight. Right. In the second fight, short notice, very very short notice. Yeah. So I was like, all right, I can't just sit back and sort of just wait around and win rounds. I don't, I'm not going to win 5 rounds against Islam right now. I didn't back myself because I didn't have the camp. It was 11 days. So I'm like,
you're saying cardio-wise.
Cardio-wise, I'm like, I'm not going to win a 5 decision against Islam. Well, the chances are a lot slimmer because I'm not going to be as fit as I'd like to be.
So you were looking to get him out of there.
So that's what I wanted. So I was like, all right, I'm going to press. That's why I'm going to come into range. So it means I'm going to be in range to be hit more.
Yeah.
I knew that he would be kicking. I knew that he would spam the kicks, especially because I was going to come forward like that. And even when he was kicking, I knew he was going to still go up. You're right. So I knew that was going to come. But it was just what I hated about that is because I told myself, And this is, I guess, how I am. And I guess you need this sort of mindset and be able to do this. Like whatever decision I make, that's it. I'm locking. I'm going to, I'm going to tell
committing to that.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell myself, and I'm going to believe it. I'm going to be delusional in a sense where that's, I can be. This is going to be the most dangerous I've ever been because I'm going out there to take his head off. Haven't had a camp. I reckon this makes me more dangerous. And I believed it.
Yeah.
And then I go out there, and I couldn't even pull the trigger. And when I say, I couldn't pull the trigger, right? I'm like sitting there, and I'm like, it makes sense, right? You didn't have it like much of a camp, barely any sparring.
Yeah.
And then so your timing's just not going to be there. So I wanted to be like, I'm going to be in his face, and then just let the hands go, and I'll catch him. So while I was there, and then I just could not let him go. So here I am. I just felt like I'm just standing in front of him, waiting for something to happen, right? And then he was going body. I'm like, even telling myself he's going to go high. He's going to go high.
Wait for it.
And then it's still just next minute. I'm like, oh fuck, like I was still. It's weird because I was gone, but knew exactly what was happening. If that
Did you
makes
have
sense.
did you have the vision wobble?
No, not really. It was like I don't know if it sort of went dark, and then it was a loud noise. I remember just like this weird noise like that, and I remember it's hard to explain. But then I've known, oh no, I'm rocked. Like I remember, I'm like, no, try and survive. Next minute I'm on the ground, like try and survive. I don't think my body was doing what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And next minute I'm just wobbling around like this. But yeah, that's the game we played.
Yeah.
And then all right, I'm getting real technical today, aren't I? But with the Ilia fight, Topuria fight, it was a quick turnaround. I probably shouldn't have went into that fight so quick. You start, that was a proper concussion after the Islam one.
You got to take a little time off.
So that's already,
especially with a guy who can crack.
Exactly right. So you should be letting the head rest. And not only that, even me trying to get back into it, we did everything right, like in a sense where we made sure everything, but was like, made sure we did the steps to move forward. But even when I first started getting back into camp, here I am watching. I need to be careful of getting caught. I don't want to get hit. So you're already going into camp bad habits.
Yeah.
And then a month or two later, you're fighting someone, and then you could even just see the way I'm fighting. I just look back at that and be like, I understand.
It felt more cautious, like you were in and out.
I wanted to go, and then I'd go on it's like I either go or don't go, or if you're all right, if you're worried about it, shoot for the takedown then. Why are you like second guessing halfway through? And put yourself in a worse position and be like, I better get the fuck out of here.
Then what adjustments did you make in your next fight after Topuria?
Well, that's good question. So luckily I drilled so much of
because it's not like Diego Lopez doesn't hit hard. Also.
Man, and like we said, like how he fires, right? He's just gonna sit on him. So a lot of good like drilling we had to do, like really good drilling. So I was lucky enough to have the team that I did around me for.
You take extra time off this time to make sure you're not in that mentality.
I had a massive break, biggest break I've ever had. I took that real serious, and then had a massive camp. So I did I went above and beyond. Usually, everyone knows I train hard. That's always going to be the case. But this time, even with my diet, I didn't have a cheat meal for like 16 weeks.
Wow.
I didn't have a drop of alcohol for the 16 weeks.
No bubbler?
No bubblers. No bubblers. That's for probably more than 16 weeks. But, I used to still remember that one.
We'll never forget that.
Fair enough. But yeah, so it was just, we did everything, went above and beyond for that one. And, went well. But with him, he had to.
He's got a great short. It's like a right hook. The punch that he caught Charles with. I think
you're talking about Ilia.
Ilia,
sorry, yeah.
It's like this. He steps in with it. It's like he doesn't even throw like a long extended jab. It's almost like a fake left hand, but he sits down. Yeah. But what's interesting is that in one of the first exchanges with Charles and him, Charles threw like a kind of long straight right hand that beat Ilia's right hook.
Okay, yep.
And it looked like it kind of landed. It didn't like hurt him, but in the exchange where Charles gets knocked out, he throws the same punch and it just misses.
Oh, okay, yep.
But it was interesting. I wonder if people watch that. Like I think Ilia's phenomenal, but I wonder if there are people that watch that who are taller. Because now he's going to be fighting taller guys who go up in weight. Like we're talking about a 10-pound difference. That's like that could be 6 inches. I wonder if there are people that see that and go, I might be able to catch him coming in. The cost of not catching him coming in is lights out.
But I mean,
you got to punish him for coming in, or else he'll just keep walking straight, right?
Exactly right. Well, that makes sense. But then again, you're playing into his world as well. But you know he's going to fire and he's going to counter, so obviously he can get caught.
Yeah.
But with Charles, I just thought he probably had more other ways of winning. He probably should have avoided the crash, right?
Yeah.
You know, and he just didn't. He just decided to crash, and I knew that. That's why I picked a first round finish.
Really?
Yeah. I thought Ilia was going to knock him out. I don't know if you noticed in this, in the fight, what he did great was he ended up pulling Charles into him, knowing that when he was going to jab, Charles would want to follow up. So he jabs to the body, and then Charles didn't end up following, but then he ends up jabbing again, goes high, and then he shifts. I don't know if you watch it back, and you'll see him shift actually to his left.
So off the center line.
Off center, he shifts to his left, but he shifts knowing, and as soon as he knowing that he was going to at least step and maybe fire, even if he didn't step and fire, he was always stepping back into that range, because he went back, and Charles wanted to be back here, and just use that to come straight in. And now
And
that
Charles,
he shifted off,
Charles is a very back and forth straight.
Yeah.
He's not really hitting with angles.
and you said that the right miss could it have been that shift. Now he's just circled Charles more into his own right hand.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And then is that what it is? And then goes in and then just dip that little bit. So if he went in a straight line, probably could have still slipped and maybe missed, but shifting off as he wanted to step into that right line, he stepped into Charles. Ilia's right hand. So if you watch him when he shifts, he even shifts.
So he's
off-center.
moving Charles off center while
he
he's
does,
shifting.
as he's shifting, knowing that he was going to follow.
So whether
he did that on purpose, I don't know, but but it seems like it was pretty strategic. Even the way he didn't just shift back, you see him shift off center. Yeah, so usually it's easy to shift to your right, a little bit harder to shift to your left.
Yeah, it's like in boxing, the guys who are great body punchers. Like there's a guy named Miguel Cotto. Do you remember Miguel? He had a really strong jab, but then he would shift and put his weight over his left foot and then just rip those body punches. Yeah. And I think the concern in MMA, I would imagine, is like shifting left, there's a foot or a shin that's going to come right to the top of your head potentially. In boxing, when you shift over, there's not much that can hit you.
Yeah.
Like maybe an uppercut can be under, but like if I'm this way and you're a conventional fighter, what do you throw, like a knee or something?
So if you keep dipping that way, you're saying?
If I dip this way, and you're conventional, you're fighting orthodox, that fucking game over.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a risky move too.
Yeah. So with the shift, I mean, she sort of shifted back out of range, but out. So not really with the slip. He ended up slipping with the punch when he decided to throw the two.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm going to get real technical. All right. So when he even shifts off center. The only thing is when you shift to your left, he shift and then...
You can stand if you want.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to stand. Is that all right? I'm still in. So
I'm Charles.
So he sort of, when he went here, shifted back, and then he sort of went bang, and then he sort of shifted here. But now look how I'm side,
If I walk straight,
but
then you're...
But I'm off center here.
Yeah.
So if you notice,
so
I'm
there's nothing I can throw at you.
Yeah, but I feel like off here. But you notice he shifts back, and then as soon as he comes in, he goes... Boom, and he even shifts his hips straight in. So he shifts back and then just goes boom.
So now you're walking straight into the right, and you don't have anything with power to I guess I'm like reaching over.
Yeah. So you got an angle, and then again I pulled you.
Yeah, go on.
There you go. He's pulled that way.
Let me do this.
You're fixing that. Sorry.
Here. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's shifted this way, but again, firing from here across your body would have been hard. So he even shifted, and as soon as he went, he's just went bang.
And then
he's even shifted his. He slipped his head with that left foot.
So what's the strategy against a guy like Ilia?
That makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Watch it anyway. It makes sense.
Tell us, so what's the strategy against a guy like Ilia? Let's say you guys run it back again.
Wrestle the bloke, mate.
You got to get him, get him down, right?
Him down. Like, that's what you want. You want to see what's going to happen with his gas tank. So even with Ilia, great fighter. Like even a lot of the things he does, like I'm sure a lot of it's well trained, and then he's got so many good instincts as well. Like even him just shifting that way, he's probably trained for that. But then just as soon as he wanted to square his hips up with the right hand, the power was there and put him in a safer position while he was throwing too. So just little things like that he probably trains for, or it's just great instincts. But yeah, he's we want to see the gas tank, see what happens with that. Because I thought Charles, when he was taking him down and forcing the sort of wrestle and the grapple, I felt like it was starting to wear on him a little bit. So even when he sort of ended up on top when they grapple, I don't know if you remember, Ilia gets up and then, remember he was just staying up and there was kicking him, didn't let him up. He waited. I'm going to wait 30 seconds, kick his legs.
Interesting.
Get my breath back because, they probably took a little bit out of him, which I thought was clever. And then the ref stood him up and then he's like, all right, back to work.
So now you get a little break. Yeah. So you would attack the gas tank and you do that by like grappling cardio. Like, because that's different.
I guess you would have to. So like, again, like when you're right, you want to catch him coming in because he wants to commit as well.
Yeah.
But there's that danger of him landing as well. So,
100%.
With Charles, he should have known that, all right, this guy's just going to try and take my head off. I've got world-class jiu-jitsu. And Charles is pretty strong. He's improved his wrestling as well. I might take it there.
But I feel like
take him in the championship rounds if I have to, or I finish him early.
I feel like a lot of these guys, though, it's like you've had so much success, and maybe you felt this too. Like you have so much success throughout your career doing something, and like it's very hard to make that change because it might chip away at your confidence. Like I give a lot of credit to Ankalaev. Like when Ankalaev fought Pereira, I think all of us were going, "There's no way he's actually going to bang with this guy," and then he outstruck him. So like. I imagine if you're Charles, you're like, I'm one of the best fighters in the world. Like, why would I change what I do for a guy who's coming up 10 pounds? Does that chip away your confidence at all when you go, I have to not do what I normally do against this guy?
Depends on the fighter, I guess. And you're right. It seemed like I'm going to press him and I'm going to show the weight. You know what I mean? But then I just thought that's what I thought was going to happen. That's why I thought Ilia was going to knock him out.
Yeah.
And that's because he's not so defensive. He's all offense, Charles. So he's easy.
And you already know what time it is. You see the lighting. If you're new over here, get ready, buckle up. Let me tell you something, okay? Boners are not just about performance, okay? It's about legacy. Third legacy. Give her something she will remember. Give her group chat something to talk about. Okay,
Yes.
when you lay it down, they're talking about how, it was a noodle or whatever. No. It's
A nuke.
It's a nuke.
Yes. Don't
Facts.
make history, dude. Make her story. I thought that was good.
If you don't want to disappoint your partner like Mark just disappointed all of us,
And
get Blue Chew.
We've got a special deal for our listeners, okay? As always, you get your first month of Blue Chew free. Just use the promo code Flagrant at checkout and pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Head to BlueChew.com for details and safety info. And big thanks to Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast. Now, let's get back to the show. All right, guys, let's take a break for a second. I got to tell you about the best wallets on the planet. This is number one right here. Extra, okay? If you're still rocking some oversized George Costanza wallet, it's time to level up. Extra, sleek, sexy, built for the future, quick card access, boom, pops up, ready to go. Also, it's trackable. Someone steals your wallet, follow them back to their house, steal whatever they have. That's legal, okay? It's no problem at all. Extra wallets are also now on Apple's Find My network. You can go get your shit back. It's got RFID blocking, which means nobody can come up, boop you, charge you, take your money. So get yourself an Extra right now. Get your brother an Extra, get your sister an Extra, get your dad an Extra, get your son an Extra. Get them an Extra. Extra's 4th of July sales here, and they're bringing their best offer yet, up to 44% off site-wide on all their sleek smart wallets. But here's the real kicker. You can get an additional 10% off with the promo code Flagrant at checkout. All you got to do is head to partner.extra.com/flagrant. That's partner.extra.com/flagrant, and treat yourself to the slickest, most functional wallet out there. Slim, secure, and on sale right now. Don't miss out. Let's get back to the show. Who do you want, dude?
Who do I want? Next?
Who do you want next, bro?
Well, it's a weird one, right? Because I've got a few guys. You've got some exciting guys that don't really deserve, and then you've got a guy that...
What about Bonnie Blue? What about that?
Oh,
that,
dude.
Well, she's doing some rounds, isn't she, man?
He's got a chick.
You got a gas tank, dude. You know what about gas tanks?
Doing the rounds on social media and doing the rounds in the bedroom.
Yeah, that might be a good match. That's a money fight though. Like that's not for belt.
Yeah.
It's not for any of that thing. But if you were the guy that could take out Bonnie Blue, like 1,000 have tried.
Hey, I ain't going there, that's for sure.
Now, who do you want next?
Who do I want next? All right. Well, yeah, look, Mobzar's probably the guy that I think deserves it, right? That's what I've always been about. I've always been about who deserves it. You know,
I'm about you making money.
yeah,
That's what I'm about.
That makes sense.
I
But
see you with the
most
girls.
most of the times it's contract fights anyway.
So
you know what I mean?
they have a say in
well, it's contracts. So
you get a piece of that. You get a piece of that pay-per-view.
well,
Like,
pay-per-view. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, we'll get into that a little bit more. The pay-per-view system isn't as good as it used to be.
talk to me.
Well, I can't give too much away with
Well,
it. you know?
give me an idea.
No, I
Like,
just mean it's just the way it works is just a little bit different now. That's why you're seeing the pay-per-views now. You know, they're starting to look like they're dropping drastically because it's just the way the system is, and there's still millions and millions of views, but you only get paid on certain pay-per-views. You know what I mean? It's a hard sort of way. Ash could explain it a lot more, but you're not. You know, everyone's when you see the pay-per-views buys, you're only seeing a couple of countries, and you know it's only over $40 as well. Like they're the only pay-per-views, not including say in England, it's a subscription base. So you know they've got their so you're not including any of those. There's only like I think 3 or 4 countries that actually
contribute to the actual pay-per-view.
How does that change
So it's not,
for
you know-
you financially? Like, are you like, I can still make as much as I could before, or can you not make quite as much as you could before?
Well, I mean, you can still make money. Like again, the right fights, it's just very hard. And if you've got a Conor McGregor on the card or somewhere, or John Jones, I'm like, all right, now you can really make some. You know, they can tie up some of that money compared to what you're fighting for. But it's just it's pretty hard. So even now, good cards like the pay-per-views that you're seeing, good cards at like 300, 400, that's considered really good now.
Really?
Yeah, where
when
you
you
know,
say
but-
300, 400, you mean 300, 400,000 buys.
Yes.
Whereas like the huge monumental fights might have been at 1 million.
Yeah,
I'll say
1.3.
exactly. So it's hard. I don't know. Again, I probably shouldn't be talking about this because I don't know enough about it. But it's just not sort of how it used to be. Now with all the different like deals, like you know, like TV rights deals and all that. I think it's a little bit different. And now again, you've probably got all the streamings and all that as well, right? So, you know, I don't think everyone. The only way to watch it is to buy a pay-per-view. There's other ways people are probably trying to watch it too, right? So there's a lot of things that factor into it nowadays. But yeah.
Yeah, it's tricky because I don't know. I've heard some people say that. I've heard some people say like currently the UFC has like a star problem, like they don't have like as many stars as they did. I think that what people need to understand is that like this happens in all fight sports, even the ones that are predetermined. Like it happened in wrestling. Like you go through ebbs and flows.
Dude, even non-fight sports. When Jordan retired, there was the ratings drop.
Exactly.
We didn't have a Jordan yet. Then we got Kobe. Then we got LeBron. When LeBron's gone, same thing.
So, you know, it's not like, oh my God, is the UFC over? It's like, no. What's going to happen is we had a time where there's Izzy, John Jones, and like there was like a 5-6 year period where it was like every division had multiple, the Diaz brother, it's like multiple guys that you needed to watch. And now some of you guys are getting up there. Some people are retiring. Some people are losing some fights. And a new crop needs to come up.
Yeah.
And you refuse to let that happen in your division. Which is really you know, there's this guy with this beautiful haircut and a great backstory, and you're like, I'm not out yet. So I'll just take the belt back to fucking
It is a
Australia.
great story, but my story's still going.
I know, dude. They had this guy's
on-
story so fucking downtown. I'm watching this thing. I'm getting emotional. I see you coming out. I'm like, nah, Volk's not giving it to him today.
I'm like, I'm almost 40, but you ain't having it yet. You know what I mean? Nah, there is a lot of people. Like you're right though. Exactly what you said. Like that's just how it sort of goes. But there is so many good fighters coming through. Like I'm like watching, like even Joshua Van, another good example.
Yep.
But I mean, even my division, you got. You've got Pico that's just come in. Obviously, if he has a couple
Aaron,
of
is it Aaron Pico?
Aaron Pico.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
has a couple of like really good boxing and wrestling background. So that'll be interesting to see. I haven't watched enough of him, but it will be interesting to see how he goes. But then you have, I'm having a brain fart now.
This is not good.
The fighting nerds.
Oh, God.
In featherweight.
Yes. You guys did a face-off recently.
Yes. You remember his
Not
name?
Kaio. Silva. He's
Silva, that's
phenomenal.
it. And he's a great fighter. Great fighter. You got a lot of them actually coming. So I don't think it's too long till you get a lot of names there.
Exactly.
And,
the next generation
but
comes
am I
up.
still going not letting him in? I don't
You're
know.
not gonna let him in.
Or am I done by then? We'll see. But I don't think it's too far away where you're going to start to see this new school. I mean, they're fighting nerds. Even Ruffy and that as well. Have you watched Ruffy?
Yeah, phenomenal.
Have you guys watched, mate?
Yeah, amazing.
Just watch his training footage in that as well.
Watch his latest knockout.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, watch his fight. Sorry, and it's
no.
mate.
There's a lot of good guys coming out. Another thing that's interesting with fighting specifically, though, is that the fighters that I think that we've gravitated to throughout history are the ones where you don't know the next thing that's going to come out of their mouth, right? Like, Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson just going like, I'm gonna eat your kids. I'm gonna fuck you till you love me. Like the reason why Tyson can have a podcast, can do whatever he wants, is because we never know the next thing he's gonna say.
Man, you're
right?
not wrong.
And so there's heels as you would have in wrestling, and there's like baby faces like you, the good guys that we all root for. Have you heard of that wrestling term?
Baby face. That means like a
good guy.
Good guy. Oh, okay. Sweet. I like it.
Like you're the guy that we root for. You're the guy. It's like, wait a minute, he's not even close to as tall as that guy. How the fuck is he going to be? And then you fucking do it, right? Yeah. And you remind us weirdly, you shouldn't at all because you're a professional athlete before this, but like I think you remind us a little bit of ourselves. You're like, holy shit, like he's going up against all odds. Yeah. That first fight with Makhachev, you're like, how the fuck did this happen, right? So we need that, but you also need the Diaz brothers. You need Nate to just go out there and say crazy. You need Connor to rile shit up. And I think one thing that people might say about like the Dagestanis is, as prolific as they are, they're so disciplined in like the press conference. They're not really saying anything that's going to make you go, they're not going to say, I'm going to eat your kids.
No.
They're going to be like, I respect him. He's a very nice person. Everything's good. Whereas Connor's going to go, hey, your wife's a towel, mate. He's just going to. So it's like, I think we might need those. Like a Strickland, for example, like fills that void a bit. Like he's going to say wild stuff. And because of that, people are going to either want to see him win or lose, but they're going to pay the price of admission. Yeah. So maybe there's a version of that.
And it goes back to sort of what you were saying with the stars and non-stars. Could you imagine if everyone tried to do that?
It'd be exhausting. You need
but
to
it's
have a
good when
balance.
you don't have, and then someone comes through, and then like Ilia started doing a bit of the trash. He's actually a very respectful guy. So now I don't think he needs to do it. So like now you'll see him pull back from the trash talk because he's already a star and he's actually a really, really good dude. So you probably won't see that. But I mean, when you've got someone talking trash like that and they're full of confidence and get knockouts, they just blow up. Conor McGregor, right? Yeah. So, but when you see people, it's so forced, and it's just you just sit there, oh man, and then everyone hates it. A lot of people hate it. So I guess, but in saying that, even though they hate it, they want to see him lose, and I guess that's still got people watching. So it's still. But I mean, imagine if everyone was doing it.
Exhausting.
So I mean, I'm glad that you sort of go through stages, because when someone does come, they really do, you really do come. I was just thinking of Bonnie Blue as soon as I was thinking I'll beat them to it. Maybe they'll be but yeah.
So what happens with that is interesting. We're kind of done with the Conor era. He, like, everybody was calling him out as the money fight, and obviously it's going to change your life. But I think now we've all realized that he's moving on, and the sport is going to have to, it's no longer, I'm going to call out Conor, I'm going to make that happen. Mm-hmm. Do you feel that?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, again, no one's even, you're right. I don't think you're going to hear the call outs. And do we see him again?
What's the big money fight? Because it used to be Izzy, right? It's like everybody would call Izzy, because if you're fighting Izzy, you're going to fucking make that money. And, obviously Izzy's had an unfortunate last few fights. But like, who is the person that you call out now? Like, not even you. Like, who is the guy? John's out. Like, we need to figure out who that...
I mean, you could say Ilia would be that guy.
It's got to be Ilia, right?
Yeah, so Ilia's right up there now. You still got your... Mate, you got Max Holloway.
I love
and
Max,
Dustin...
that's going to be...
They're about to fight. Obviously, you got Gaethje in that as well. But, I mean, if Max wins, does that put him back at top? Could you imagine a rematch at lightweight? I think that's a
between
big one.
Max and... Ilia.
Ooh. At lightweight. So that'll be a massive fight. But again, you're going to get, I think the guys would be someone like an Ilia because he's a champ, I guess. So, gives you a reason to. But then you probably got guys that be like, yeah, fuck that. I don't know if I want to fight him. You know what I mean? Like maybe you got guys that, I'll fight anybody,
We know.
anywhere. Yeah, exactly. That's how I am. But not everyone's like that.
When you say that Ilia is a nice guy, after you fight somebody, and I'm talking about guys that you've beaten as well, is there like do you guys talk? Like you had this interesting thing with Islam where like it seemed like you guys had a kind of like cool relationship. Like your daughter says like this great thing you could say.
Yeah. That was a funny story as well. But yeah, I get along with everyone. But yeah, that's how we started sort of chatting. We were always good. Like after the fight, we ended up having we were at the same cafe. I think it was set up for the photo. Good marketing on their part because then that ended up going a bit viral, that photo. But so that was funny because I'll tell you the story then with Ariana. Kids, when they're trying to go to sleep, they start, I need to go to the toilet, and they start carrying on, and then you're just like, look, just go to sleep. It's bedtime. Oh, I'm scared. I'm like, what are you scared of, darling? Oh, what if someone breaks in? I'm like, no one's going to break in. And like, oh, what if someone breaks through the window? And then I'm like at a stage where I'm like, I get a bit cocky, sort of. And I'm like, darling, I'm a UFC world champion. If someone breaks in, I think I'll sort it out. She goes, what if it was Islam Makhachev? And I'm just like, oh, what? And everyone just cracked up. And he got wind of it. And then he ended up going, I'd never come to the house, uninvited, and then gave him dolls. Now the girls absolutely love him. That's
almost worse.
Yeah.
But with Ilia, so she's a hater. My oldest, Ariana.
Yeah.
Like with Ilia, I'm darling. Like she always saying stuff like, I guess, for losing. I'm like, I bet you if he buys you a doll, you'll be best friends again, you know what I mean? But I think she's growing on him now. But like she'll get like that. Obviously loves her daddy,
Of course.
And he took daddy's belt, so that's how she looks at it. So she's a little bit more. But now I've got her back. I think she's sort of easing up on him.
But you guys have spoken afterwards. You say he's a respectful guy. Like,
Man. Like we were even chatting a bit before it. Obviously, we were saying things, and we're like, "Oh, yeah, cool." And you'll be surprised, man. Some people still go, "Look, all respect. Things might be said, but nothing but respect." So that's sort of how it's going to go a lot of the time. And as we're going, the camera's rolling. You're still, saying your things, but shaking hands, all respect. And then after the fight, man, like it's just. Nothing but respect, really. He's actually, him and his brother, really, really respectful dudes. So, and again, I'm a nice guy, so I'll do that and then still fight.
Everybody loves Volk, dude.
So that's sort of where we're at. It's probably not good because if I ever do get a chance to
run it back.
Well, if I like win, because I obviously want to earn my shot at the title, right? At lightweight for me to go up. So if I get a chance, it's at a position now where he's all like, man, I like him too much. I don't want to fight. Now I probably won't be able to fight.
Or maybe that's what you do.
No, maybe strategic. You reckon? I mean, it's not strategic, but I guess I don't know. It's a tricky one, but at the same time. I don't know if that's
every time one of your opponents thinks that you're playing mind games by being like a nice guy, I just want to remind them that you used to drink your own pee on Mondays. So it's not. There's no mind games.
Can we clarify that wasn't me that did that?
Now it's not you.
I've seen it
every time.
I saw it happen.
You never did one.
Oh man, I could tell you so many stories. I won't because India's going to attach some stories. I won't go there.
Tell us.
When was the last Manic Monday? When was that?
Huh?
When was the
I haven't
last
had a Mad Monday for
a Mad Monday.
It's probably a good thing, you know what I mean? Like that's when you.
Are UFC guys like not even close to as big partiers as the rugby guys?
Yeah, it's probably not as close.
Was it Aussie rules football
or obviously,
or
what is it? Train hard, play hard. You're going to still get that, but it's just a whole nother level sometimes with rugby league and the football. I guess team sports. I don't know, is all team sports like that?
I think so.
Yeah.
Like
it would be, yeah.
It's nothing. Yeah. It's like it simulates almost war in that like we accomplished this thing together, and now to the victor go the spoils. And for you guys, spoils are pee all over you. And most of us, I think, just drink, right? Like when we accomplish something good. We'll have like some drinks or whatever.
Yeah, we just do that now,
Yeah. Did you have any of your buddies go, why did you share that with the world? Like,
Nah, because I didn't single anyone out, so it's all right. You know?
well, there's always an opportunity now if you
Because
want.
they're like, oh, nah, they just said it was you, so it's all good. You know?
That's why he doesn't need Bonnie Blue, dude. He's got his own mouth, right? That's what you need.
Okay, who do you, so you said you want Evloev next?
I just think, look, man, he's fighting Pico. So
Yeah.
that's so we've got a couple of big fights. Diego's fighting Silva. So a couple of big
is
fights.
that- is that 100% guaranteed?
That's already locked in for September.
I thought that they were going to make, who's the guy who does Taekwondo? I'm so...
Yair Rodriguez?
Yeah, Yair. I thought that they were going to do Yair versus...
Well, that's who they wanted me to... That's what it seemed like who I was going to fight. Like, because of the Mexico card, it was meant to be pay-per-view, but then the stadium, they had something fell through and the stadium wasn't going to be ready. So it's not a pay-per-view anymore.
Yeah.
So now it's a fight night, so they've sort of just said, oh, we don't... I know they haven't pushed Yair now. Yeah. Me, I'll fight anyone like how I always am. And that's what they were sort of mentioned. And obviously it was doing the rounds.
What
but then
about
it's not happening.
you versus Marab?
Marab. I mean, look, again, I'd fight anybody.
I know you would.
He's we get along really well. Again,
I can
another guy that we get along with.
You and him, we got to get both of you on a pod because the two of you together, I think, would be Manic Monday.
Oh yeah, man, he's hilarious.
He's a
man.
fun
full
guy,
of energy,
right?
man. He's just
Yeah.
he's a ball of energy. But he's a good dude, really, really good dude. I mean, he's in a position where he's had a few defenses. He probably could move up soon, right? It'd be fair. But at the same time, he's like, oh no. No, I'd never fight Volk anyway. So.
Really?
Yeah, he said that. So I'm like,
and he said
it's
that
good because I love the guy as well. So
yeah.
Even though you have to do it.
Yeah.
But
him and Aljo are teammates, obviously. But they also said that they would never fight each other.
Exactly.
I think there is a kind of like bond with friends.
I mean, you got to respect that as well. Like they
Love
were
it.
pressured a lot to fight, and they end up, just then, sort of just didn't fall into it. Aljamain even moved up a division, to let him have his go. Or he was even going to do that even while he was champion.
Yeah.
So I think he was going to beat, if he beat Sean O'Malley,
he was
I
gonna
think he was going to
vacate.
let vacate so Marab can take it. So, I mean, you got to respect that in a sense because you are going to be talked into things sometimes. And if you can stick to your guns and look how much it's paid off for Marab, maybe not so much Aljamain, he's been up for it, which he's a cool dude as well. But Marab, I just love seeing, like you said, good guys
Do well.
and then now he's starting to get his flowers as well. Everyone loves. He does his funny skits and that as well. He's he's full of energy. So there's plenty of content out there of him, and he's good fun. He's a good dude.
What about O'Malley? If
Look
he
at me,
came
I'm not
up?
making enemies with nobody.
I know.
We gotta make some
I'm
enemies,
like,
bro.
I'm going to
Talk
have
some
contenders.
shit,
Yeah,
man.
We need to
contenders
talk
that
some
wanna-
shit.
Who wants to take my belt? Nah, you're too nice, man.
That's how you protect it, man.
Yeah, there he goes. Like, oh no, but then there's no paychecks,
Yeah, we need the paychecks. How
Yeah,
many
you need
more
the pay-
paychecks you want? Like,
That's a question I've been trying to ask. This whole time.
I'm sorry.
No, I've been wanting to know. Stop.
Yeah, look, man, it's a tricky one. You know what I mean? It's something that you are going to always think about. Like, I'm not going to lie to you and be like, oh, I got heaps more left in me. That's not the case.
Yeah.
But I know it's not too far away where we probably will be hanging the gloves up. But I still got some fight left in me, so we'll do that. We'll see each fight as it goes.
3 more, 2 more.
I mean, I felt great in last camp. Last camp, I felt great. Like,
You
it
looked
was,
fantastic.
Yeah,
last
exactly, man. I really took it serious, and I would have to I wouldn't do it as long. It was a long ass camp, but I would like to, bring the weight down early. I felt that was a great idea for me to bring the weight down early, so I felt sharper early. Because again, if I went through camp feeling a bit heavy and sluggish, was that going to get me thinking like, oh man, I'm feeling old, man? Like, you know what I mean? Was that going to happen? And I was glad I didn't do that. I felt light, and mate, the first part of camp, I was like doing really well. You know what I mean? I was like, man, we're in good nick right now. Like, this is good. So it got me in a good headspace going through camp. So I felt great. So I'm like, oh, I've got a few left in me. So we'll see if that drastically changes next camp. All right, maybe we'll think about it being earlier. But
I think you're slowly going to find a hobby. That's what's going to happen.
Hey?
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
well,
to all
I'm
these
already
guys.
cooking.
I mean, cooking with Volk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cooking.
That's all
I mean,
that
you don't
means,
bring
dude.
anything, bro. You could have brought some biscuits or some shit.
You know, we're thinking of, but you dieting?
Oh, you got to
am.
train him,
Yeah,
dude.
exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we both got.
So, like, why
I'm
you
not
dying?
breaking any news. I'm not breaking any news here. I'm not breaking any news. There's no broken news. I mean, some people have speculated maybe Volk would also be in Street Fighter. I don't know. Listen, obviously, I'm not saying anything.
That's absurd.
Obviously, we would never say something like
That'd be
that on a
crazy.
podcast that's going to go out to millions of people. We would never share that kind of information here because we have contracts with the studios. But listen, I told them, I was listen, if you hire me for a movie, I'm going to say some shit, and I probably shouldn't. Don't let there be some fake kisses on screen.
Who would you hypothetically play?
Oh, yeah,
That's
who-
hypothetical.
I don't know.
Oh, who could I play? Who's
we
a
get-
short, bald-head fella?
Dawson.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's get the cast. Let's see some pictures of these Street Fighters, dude.
Yeah, Joey, get us some stuff up.
That's all right. The movie magic. They
Honda.
can just make you look tall, make you look, make you look tall, make you look like you got, nice blonde hair, whatever it is,
Oh, he wants to be Guile, huh?
Ooh, Guile.
Yeah, Andrew Koji is. I've called Ryu my whole life. I'm not switching to Ryu. It's going to be
man,
Ryu
it's
my whole
saying
life.
Ryu?
Are we
It's
going to be
apparently
alright
it's
saying
actually
like that?
Ryu. Yeah, I'm
I
calling
mean,
Ryu.
are you going to be alright saying like that?
Yeah, I'm going to say there's other things I'll call him
Wait, we
too.
got Roman Reigns.
He's going to play Akuma.
Oh, that's fire.
That makes
Okay.
sense. That's great.
Keep going. Okay, we got
I don't know.
Kalina Liang as Chun Li.
Hell yeah.
Jason Momoa is going to be Blanca.
That's great.
Sick.
That's great.
Okay. And Orville Peck as Vega. This is fire because he does wear a mask. Do you guys remember the Vega character?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but he actually does wear one.
Oh,
Who's
okay.
Orville Peck?
He's a country music superstar, and so he's going to play Vega. And
Why does he wear a
There
mask?
he is.
say again?
Why does he wear a mask?
COVID. He just wears the top part.
Yeah, he's a patriot.
Respect.
Yeah. And then Noah Centineo as Ken. None of us knew that Ken had a last name, so
didn't.
it's good to
Yeah.
know that he's going to be doing that.
Oh, okay. Ken Mine. I didn't know
And then the boy, 50 Cent is Balrog.
That really
They
happened.
got
That's
50 in
fire.
Australia for 2 months.
This is how you know Street Fighter might be the best game ever. Dude, it seems like they were just like, yo, you want to be in Street Fighter? Everyone was like, fuck yeah.
Dude,
let's go.
the second they said it, and I was like, yes. And they're like, well, you're going to play this character who's pretty much a joke, and he's kind of weak, and he was made just to make fun of another video game that was trying to, what's it called, rip off Street Fighter. And I was like, still yes.
That's actually better.
Anything. I
Maybe lower the bar.
Yeah, I basically play like Ken's manager.
Oh, that's
Oh,
great.
hell yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
that's
like a
great.
scummy manager.
That's great.
And I don't want to give too much away from the movie, but I will because I have a microphone on me. And,
he is.
So I'm going to play Dan Hibiki.
So how are you training? You got to be shredded, right?
Yo, so here's the thing. You tell me. This is what
What do you need?
I need peptides, steroids.
Yeah.
I need to
yeah.
not cook with Volk for at least 6 weeks. I have 4 weeks to get in shape to play a comedic character who will never have his shirt off. But since everybody else, maybe Volk, look at what this guy looks like. Go to that image and
That looks
So that's
just
who you're
like
meant
it.
to be.
Then
Yeah.
you gotta
I got a
lift the
pink
weights
gi.
away.
It's Pride Month. So yeah, I'm just Pride Month Ryu.
That's fire, dude.
That was a perfect
That's fire.
Great casting. Great
Right?
casting. Yeah.
Thank you.
Get out there, Ken.
Yeah.
You got to get buff.
Go get him.
So this is what I'm thinking, okay?
Nice street
I don't
fight.
think I could gain weight in 6 weeks, but I think that like I'm looking at like any movie character, and I was talking to some people. I was talking to Jordan Showers, I was talking to Muscle Doc, and he's like, "Yo, Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool is 170 pounds."
Okay.
I think what happens in movies, like people like Brad Pitt in Fight Club was
He's
probably
probably
like 150 pounds.
Easy, yeah.
So people look muscular, they're just skinny.
Probably just lean as well.
Lean,
Exactly.
yeah.
Bit of shading, a shadow.
That's what I'm saying. Give me that 300 shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they were just putting. So I'm gonna get skinny and try to look shredded, and then let them, Photoshop some pecs on me, or whatever. But I'm gonna do my best. Like I'm gonna, I'm on a diet.
Yeah.
Anavar.
Yeah.
Also
that.
steroids.
You're
You
gonna
don't know
get
anything
some
about
Drake
steroids. You're a
abs.
clean athlete.
That's what when you started bringing that up. I was like, oh, man, you're talking to the wrong guy about that.
Yeah, but they got rid of.
I mean, I diet. I can help you have a diet. Cooking with Volk can help you with
I've
a
seen
good
what
diet.
you cook.
Losing weight, I can help you with.
Yeah, you do lose weight.
Putting on weight, not so good. I had to do it, and I had to eat like 4,000 or 5,000 calories
When you were
a
playing
day.
rugby?
Well, no, when I tried to fight Islam, I just put on weight. Obviously, everything's natural. I don't. I'm a major against. You can do it. Look. If people want to do it in their own time, that's good. But when it comes to
Competing.
Like, you want to do it for a movie scene, that's fine. But when it comes to competing, I'm major against it. I'm a big hater of it.
I was worried about taking steroids
Massive
because
hater of
it
it.
could affect your sperm, and then I realized my sperm is already affected. So I have no loss at all.
It might
by
help,
taking
you know what I
steroids.
mean? You should be glowing, dude.
I know.
That'd be fucking awesome.
But then my wife was like, it will give us an unfair advantage in our fights. And then
Who's the
Try and put on the
Russian
weight,
character?
man.
no, I'm
With it's hard, man. Like trying to, I reckon.
Zangief.
Yeah.
Zangief for what?
I could
Is that
see
you?
you could be Zangief.
I could see you playing.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah,
Or
yeah,
M.
he's
Bison?
bald, actually, you're right. He's got the beard.
Throw the hat
Yeah,
on.
I don't know if I'm big enough.
Yeah, who
But
are
like
you going
you
to
said-
play in Street
Can we
Fighter?
get the other Street Fighter
I
characters?
don't know, like
Dude, I've been pushing so hard for Volk for Street Fighter.
Yeah.
I've been pushing so hard.
Zangief, dude.
You know what I sent the producers? I sent the producers old Volk. Old Volk.
yeah.
Because I was like, listen, this guy can actually act. Okay, like don't watch him in interviews at all. But, but if you give him a script and like, because that shit was funny.
Really funny.
Like you were actually,
man,
actually
I
acting.
enjoy it, man. I actually really enjoy it.
So I was like, you got to watch this. Like he can act. Like the fighting, he's going to do better than everybody. That's what he does. But if you want someone who can actually like deliver lines in a funny way, Volk is there. Now we're not saying he's in the movie at all. Obviously, you could axe him. You know, he's not gay, so he's not going to work out.
Yeah.
You know, this is Hollywood at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
you need to be gay. I told him I'm gay.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I said.
And it works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
50's black, so he's allowed to be in
Yeah,
the movie.
but he's Aussie. I mean, that's like somewhere in between.
yeah, you're down under. You know, like, there's a little bit.
Well, UFC champ, that maybe gets you. Does that help or
No,
not? I don't give a fuck.
no. Come on, that is hyper masculine. That is
yeah,
toxic.
that's
Yeah.
toxic.
That's
dude.
toxic, is
Yeah,
it?
you can't do
Toxic. It's toxic.
I'm a nice guy, though.
No. You're beating the minorities. You can't do that. Extremely. I mean, it's the least DEI thing ever.
The movie's about beating up minorities. We can't have the white guys be too successful in that. It'll remind them of history. But what we're gonna do is this. We're just gonna see what happens. That's what we're gonna say.
We'll see what happens.
ED,
We'll leave it
bro.
at that, eh?
You could be ED. That shit is awesome.
Wait, well, what's up there? What's up
Yeah.
there?
I heard you were gonna be a stunt double for Chun-Li. Is that true?
Oh, that could work.
You could be Ed or Luke, yo.
Look, we won't say nothing.
Zangief.
Yeah, we can't give away too much.
The black guy's name is DJ?
I tried to get Akash Dalsam, and then they saw a picture of him without a shirt on.
It ain't working. It ain't working. I'll tell you that right.
Maybe Samosa.
They were like, Honda.
I might need to lose some weight.
Yeah.
I mean, this trip isn't going to be too good for me losing weight, eh? Because I'm literally here just doing like a
food tour.
Just cooking with.
Where
with
you
Volk
eating?
heaps.
Where you eating?
Everywhere. Like we've like
You gotta
bagels,
hit me.
pizzas.
You gotta hit me when you come to
Well,
New York because I'm gonna
true,
obviously
true.
tell you where to go.
Everything's last minute with us anyway, you know. But yeah, we've got some cool.
Content.
Yeah, got a heap happening anyway. So we've got some cool.
Who'd
shit
you cook?
happening.
Who'd you cook with while you're in town?
Well, I just did QCP. We're in town. Action Brunson. We're going to be.
Oh, you got it. I was about to say.
He's
you
going to
got
take
it.
us around and show some good spots.
If you're with Action, he's got
awesome.
New York locked
Yeah,
down.
so we got a few. We got a few here in New York, and we go to Miami doing a heap there as well.
Dude, you gotta link up with Carbone, with Mario Carbone.
Yeah.
Carbone,
Yeah,
all right.
he's the guy. He's a major food group. And
Do we reach out? No.
I'll connect you guys. But especially if you're down, because I think Mario's actually. I don't know if he's there during summer. Miami gets hot during summer, so a
Yeah.
lot of the people that live in Miami just dip.
Yeah, so fair enough. But like we got we got a heap. We do have some cool collabs happening.
I love it. This is very good.
Plenty
Listen,
coming.
so who knows what happens in Street Fighter? Like, obviously, we're not going to, release any information before, but
What if this podcast puts something in the universe? You know
yeah,
what I mean?
maybe
Wouldn't that be
just
cool?
talking about it could make it happen.
maybe.
Yeah, and maybe talking about it removes all your leverage in the contract negotiation. So now you'll end up doing it for free.
Yeah,
Damn it. That kind of backfired.
Yeah. But that budget goes into CGI for your abs.
And then I'll look awesome.
It all evens out.
So maybe there is already chats, and then now we've put it out there, and more people are going to talk about it. Maybe negotiations are going to go better for us.
Ooh,
now, 'cause
now
it's
they're
locked in.
cornered. They got to do it.
I don't know.
dude.
I mean, that's if there was conversation already. There's just so many different.
You've got to
No,
do it, man. manager. I like it. I like it, Volk.
I like how you
Well
look at
done.
things. The flat white, half full. You know. That's what you need.
Anyway, dude, Volk, we love you. We appreciate you. We'll watch you as long as you fight, and we'll even watch you cook. That's how much we
I
love you.
appreciate that.
That's how much we love you as a fighter, that we watch you cook. That's love.
And that is love, and I appreciate it.
You know that.
Old man Volk might be. We should get old man Volk one time, dude. Maybe the old man
love
Volk
it.
let him cook your
Would
feed or
love
something.
it.
That'd be fun.
Old man Volk's gonna cook you a
love
feed
it.
one time.
I need to
alright?
see old man Volk take down some BVs. Have you seen that video of the guy?
BVs or VBs?
BVs.
Yeah.
BV is bacterial vaginosis.
Yeah. You don't want to take that down.
That's a Manic Monday. Anyway, Volk, we love you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here, dog.
Cheers, man.
Peace. Guys, Stake is the leader in global betting in U.S. social casinos. Bet on top sports like the UFC, political events, like the mayoral election of New York, and use the promo code FLAGRANT for your welcome bonus. Now let's get back to the show.
Nice.
I'm starving. I'm starving, and I haven't even done anything for my diet yet today. I think it's just the idea that I have to diet is fucking me up major.
Hey, get on the GOP, baby. Get on the Manjaro.
What is it? Is it? Are you doing that?
Yeah, we've been talked about this.
Yeah, but I keep looking at you. Like, I'm like,
This guy's a piece of shit.
I'm so hungry. I need to eat something.
You can have a salad with arugula, double chicken, cucumbers, and tomato, no dressing.
What?
You can
What
have.
about lettuce? What about olive oil?
No,
Olive
no,
oil.
no.
What if,
That's Jordan speaking.
ask him if I can have hot sauce or something
You
for the
can
chicken.
have hot sauce, but
Mustard.
it has to be the one in the fridge. It has to be like the Cholula.
Vinegar.
You know what we can
Let me
do?
vinegar.
Actually, it's 5
zero
calories.
carb.
We can do like a lime squeeze or a lemon squeeze.
Oh my God. Ask him what I can do to flavor the salad, please. I'm about to pass out. I'm so hungry, please.
Well, you had 3 breakfasts, Andrew. Emma informed me you ate breakfast with her as well. And I fed you, and then you had overnight oats. So you
I'm
actually,
telling you, it's a psychological thing.
you had more calories in breakfast than you
It's a
ever
psychological
do.
thing. I'm gonna eat.
What is happening?
I know. When we finish this pod in like fucking 5 minutes, I am gonna have an appetite like you've never seen in your entire life.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a salad,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna make you a protein shake. That's
Oh, I can do that.
yeah, you can have a protein shake,
Okay, well,
but it
I would
has to
love
be
that.
just protein powder and water.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, and
You're not
I'm gonna go
gonna-
get you
you're
a
not
I'm gonna
salad.
start eating my own boogers if I don't have something.
Ew, stop.
Okay, all right. Thank
Boogers
you.
have
please.
like 2 calories each.
Yes, I will do that. Thank you so much, Kiana. Thank you so much. I'm
Bro,
trying.
just go protein, high fats. You're not going to eat ever again. I'm telling you, that's the move.
What does that mean?
You do like steaks, butters, chicken,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Keto.
And it's
I'm
gonna,
not even allowed to do
just
that.
keto.
It's going to satiate you, and then you won't eat for long periods of
But
time.
apparently, I'm not allowed to do that.
Says who?
The fucking muscle doctor.
No, because
Wait a
he's
second.
trying to cut. He's not trying to bulk.
That'll cut you down.
He doesn't lift.
He also got 3 weeks.
He doesn't lift.
He said this is crash diet.
Yeah, no, you need.
I
you
got
need
5 weeks.
You need an eating disorder. You need cigarettes
5.
and coffee. That's what you need.
Day
Eating
one.
disorder. Yeah.
You need a bag. We
I
gotta
had a
get
dream I smoked cigarettes.
Cigarettes
yesterday,
and
it was
black
amazing.
coffee will get you right.
Yeah,
Fish
you
and
need
nails in that.
cigs. Yeah. Split a baggie, dude.
Drug,
All of us.
crack. You'd probably lose crazy weight, tons of
Yeah.
energy.
I wouldn't do crack, but like if I didn't have a daughter, I would smoke cigarettes relentlessly. I would be so addicted to cigarettes.
Yes, but think about the plus minus. You do cigs, not good for you. Lose weight, get shredded, is good for you.
That's another thing.
Be
Like
good with the bed.
I'm not like where are the vanity muscles? Like I don't think we have time to work legs. We're being very strategic about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the same page right now.
Just
like,
wear baggy pants. That's the kids.
what's gonna be so funny is you're not gonna see my body the entire movie. I know it for a fact, and I'm gonna put myself through torture just to get a fucking ab muscle for nothing. I'm gonna have to like ask the director. I'm gonna have to pull him aside and be like, dude, can you just have like Dawson rip off my shirt or something like that? Like I need one day where I can at least show my body.
oh man.
For your acting role, you're playing a character who is technically like the manager of Ken.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know how much I can give away from the movie,
Okay.
but I will. So yeah, I'm not like fighting in the Street Fighter tournament or whatever. Like, but I got some moves. Like his lore is quite interesting. I was
Yeah, I
like
looked
doing
it up
some.
while we were doing the
Yeah,
Volk
like he is a joke character. Like he got a shitty Hadouken that goes like 2 feet. Like
that's sick.
he's purposely weak because they're trying to make fun of this other video game that was trying to steal characters from Street Fighter.
So you don't need to work out. Just look like you.
Do you have someone that's
I actually could do that. Yeah. But acting is just like, I feel like the one thing, but like a thing that you would respect about like, you know, in an action movie is the actors putting themselves through the
But
process.
your character's a joke.
Yeah, but at least if I put the effort in to like look good in an action movie, I do get to fight a little.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember last action. No. True Lies with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It
Yeah.
had Tom Arnold in it.
Yeah.
He was not in shape and he didn't need to be.
I'm
He
the
was
Tom
just-
Arnold of this movie.
Yeah, and he didn't. And nobody was like, "Why isn't Tom Arnold in shape?"
That's the only thing I've thought about for the last 10 years. I remember seeing True Lies and I was like, why didn't Tom Arnold get fucking credit for this movie? And I fear that there'll be other people out there, real Street Fighter fans, that won't feel like I did the character Dan Hibiki respect.
Yeah.
I have to get in shape for Dan Hibiki, to honor Dan Hibiki.
You might get too shredded, then it'll be unrealistic.
Yeah.
That's what I was worried about today.
Yeah.
When I was starving. I was like, I think I'm going to get too skinny.
Yeah.
During your third breakfast.
During my third breakfast, I looked down and I felt so hungry, but my stomach looked so full. And I was like, this is how people get fat. Like the idea that you could look at your body and be like, oh, I have tons of reserves here. Why isn't it tapping into that?
Yeah.
It's kind of infuriating.
You just don't look at your body. And
Don't
you just
look at
keep
it.
pressing. You just keep. That's how the weight gain happens.
Dude, well, I can't believe you're on Mounjaro, not as an insult, but like, I can't believe it.
We've talked about this.
No, I know, but I thought that you were making a joke about it.
No, I'm on it.
He's on
Really?
Manjaro, he
Yeah.
got cheek fillers. He's going
Yeah, dude.
all in Hollywood, dude.
Did we even say that yet?
I don't care. I'm out here.
I mean, interesting. That's, yeah. So
I'm gonna get on more shit too, dude. 41. It's over. What do you got? What do you got, science?
I love this. You're just losing weight some places, putting weight in other places.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
shifting
yeah.
around.
have you lost weight on the Mounjaro?
Yeah,
Indian
I actually
fat
have.
transfer.
How much have you lost?
I'm working. I'm actually lifting, so like I'm never gonna put on real muscle, but like
Yeah.
I look better. I look like I have a foundation to be in shape now, which I never saw before in my life.
Got it.
I was like, oh, this guy could be in shape one day. Whereas before, I'd be like, I don't even see the map. I don't even see a roadmap to it. I don't even see where we're getting there. Now I'm like, okay, yeah, there's a path.
I feel like there was a moment when we first met where you were pretty skinny,
Yeah, I can be skinny fat, but like very skinny fat.
but not like,
But never real muscle, or like I could lift a normal amount of weight, or like do push-ups with any like real decent form.
how many push-ups do you think you can do?
Oh, correctly?
Yeah.
3.
No, you can do more than
A
three.
real push-up is hard, dude.
No, it's not.
Yeah, this shit, yeah, I could do a few, whatever. But when they're like, hey, you got to put your shoulders and your fucking core got to be aligned. 3.
You couldn't do more. You could do more than 3.
I don't know.
What about a pull-up?
Pull-ups.
This is sad, bro. You've
I
been
can do
working
a
out.
pull-up. I can pass a presidential fitness test, I think.
What is a
don't think
presidential
so.
fitness test? Can we pull
I
that
don't
up,
think
please?
you can
I think that
pass
would be
it.
worth
I'll
finding
tell you what
out.
I could never do. That fucking rope you got to climb up, that, there's no age or fitness level at which I would be able to do
How
that.
dangerous is that? Why do we have kids do that?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy,
crazy.
right?
Climb to the fucking
I
ceiling
don't
of a
even, my
public
mind
school?
can't even
Military.
understand how they do it.
But why would you make middle school kids do that?
Military. There's like a military fitness test. That
But why would I do it at 11 years old?
To train you,
basically,
dude.
like get your
For the military?
You're part of the Bush youth, dude.
Here we go.
The Clinton youth.
1 mile run, can't do that. Pull-ups, ups, plural, can't do that. Sit-ups, 2. Shuttle run, no, okay. Sit and reach, I could do that. Look at that.
What's a shuttle run?
That's you got to
Side
run
to
like
side.
suicide.
Yo,
Oh, okay.
not to divert, but like, are we citizens? Yeah, because like the birthright shit is done, right?
Oh yeah.
It took 2 hours and that's how we got in the condo.
Nah, because I know I asked this. No, because my mom's a citizen now, but when she had me, she wasn't a citizen. None of y'all parents were. Well, you,
It's,
but like you,
my
we're
folks
all,
were
like,
citizens when
They were citizens.
Yeah. My mom was.
I wasn't.
So do we? Am I
wasn't even born.
I'm the only American in this room, yo.
no.
low key?
Oh, Miles, all right, I get it, buddy.
Yeah.
Tiki torch ass answer. That was real fast.
So how do you become an American citizen? Your parents got to be citizens, and then if you're born here through them,
Yeah.
you're. What if one of your parents is a citizen?
Then I think you're good. I think you're good.
So at least one of your parents got to be citizens. Now, let me think about this rule. Is this rule that bad, and do other countries operate in the same way?
The actual Supreme Court ruling, I think, was that, like, you can't, an injunction only applies to the people that are suing. So if people are suing President Trump for trying to sign this order, and then a court says, nope, we're like, President Trump can't pass the order, we're going to protect these people that are suing for now, it's only these people. There's no, like, precedent beyond the people that are actually suing.
Got it.
And then it would be state to state, and I think what they're trying to say is non-U.S. citizens who have kids don't get automatic citizenship. Now, not just illegals.
Oh, the kids, do the kids get citizenship?
No, they do not. Just because you're born here, if you're born to a non-U.S. citizen, I assume one of them is a citizen, you're okay. But if it's two that includes visas, I think. That includes like a lot of shit.
There's a part of me that's like, I don't know if it's that crazy, because there are people who will just get pregnant and then month 7 come to America. You can stay here for 3 months on a tourist visa, and then you have a kid that's born here, and then they have American citizenship, and they're taking advantage of American citizenship, obviously.
Yeah.
And they're not only people that are coming from third world countries. We're talking about people coming from Europe just so they can stack on the American
I know
citizenship.
people who do that too.
But then there are people who are here legally but on a visa, so they're not a citizen, but they're working here.
I think if it's a work visa,
that kid should be a citizen.
Yeah, if you're here on a work visa.
Oh, we got to look at your work. Are you doing good work?
If they're working, yeah.
Hey, it's like a corporate indentured servitude thing they got going on.
That
I promise you.
Yeah.
They're working the fuck out of you.
I feel like if you're working here, if you're working here and then your partner is also on a visa, so you're both working here, and then you have a kid, then that kid
Or if
should
you're
get
on a work
citizenship.
visa and you're allowed to bring your partner, that kid, if the kid is born here, I think you should be a citizen.
I don't think it's crazy the people who just like come here when they're 9 months pregnant to have a baby, and then
Well, I'm not super mad at that, and I get the idea that someone comes here illegally and then has a kid. Why is that kid?
And then their whole family gets to stay. Like,
I get
But
that.
so the shitty part is, don't take it away, just refine it.
So what's the best version of it?
I think like what we said. Like I think if you're here on visas,
White people get to do it, or whatever.
That's
white people get to do it.
That's the best version.
and Nigerians and Indians. That's it.
Oh, that's solid.
Yeah,
The best of the world.
yeah, the best of the best.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's tricky because you want to create a system where the best people from all over the world want to come here, but also to gap up the loopholes that they can't just exploit the system and come over in 9 months.
This was a loophole gap in the beginning.
Well, I think, wasn't this so to make it so that children of slaves were considered American citizens? I believe it was the 14th Amendment. So
Exactly.
like the idea was that you are a citizen of the United States of America, and I believe that there are illegals that are taking advantage of that rule that was put in place to give citizenship to.
The 13th Amendment stopped chattel slavery, and then the 14th Amendment was basically like, how do we make these people citizens?
Yeah.
And the 14th was birthright.
Well, so here's this is actually a really interesting point. So
I hate you, Al.
for what reason?
I said
I know. We know.
Hated him the moment you saw him. But yeah, so maybe here's a good option. Like, if you want to gain citizenship if you want your kid to be a citizen, but you're illegal, you have to be a slave for a little. Because that is the 14th Amendment,
I'm
right?
listening.
If you're going to use the 14th Amendment, which was specifically put in place so that the kids of slaves would get citizenship, you are using that without going through the slaving. So if you slave it up a little bit, then it should apply to you and your family. But if you're doing it without the whole purpose of it, then it feels like you're taking advantage of a system. Al, would you like to speak on this?
And keep in mind that you might get some Serbian slaves out of this.
Yeah, you can get white
that's
slaves.
the first thing I thought about. I'm like, you
It's
might.
kind of racist toward black people to not make them go through slavery.
It's unfair. It's like, you guys had to go through this, right?
Yeah.
And then these other people don't have to go through it, but then they get the citizenship. Imagine the atrocities that you had to
That's
endure.
the equality MLK wanted.
Yeah.
White
That's it.
slaves, black slaves, all slaves.
All slaves. So we bring back slavery in an effort to naturalize the kids of illegals.
I think so.
And then what is the term of slavery?
7 years based on movies I've heard of. All right.
I think you gotta go shorter. Now you
Oh,
gotta,
12.
Bro, I saw somebody make.
Hey, wait, it was almost there.
you saw the Bollywood version?
He was close.
7 years. This was
7 years.
Dylan.
I think it depends, like what we need to get done. Like some of these projects, like it's going to take a little while.
Yeah.
What do we need done? What are the big things we need done? In
We
America?
need housing.
We need housing.
We need them to build housing.
That's the
Yes.
Mexicans. That's the Mexicans. All construction projects.
Who are the best builders in the world? Like, should they come here on an indentured servitude term, and their kids that they do have end up becoming citizens?
I don't know if white people can be the owners. That feels too weird to me. So I think it's only non-whites can own the slaves.
I like that.
And so it's y'all can have slaves, and then it's kind of whatever you guys want to build.
We'll just bring ours from India. We got.
That's what I'm saying.
We got people.
So
this
like,
is-
you
Damn,
guys,
You
you guys
gonna
already have an
enslave your
infrastructure.
own people? That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's fucked
Hey,
up.
Al. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, thank you. I mean, now you get it. You get it. This is full circle
Yeah,
moment.
dude. It takes a couple hundred years, but they see. You know?
Dude, can we just have an acknowledgement of how racist you feel watching Squid Game when you're on the 3rd season and you've loved the last 2, and the beginning episode of the 3rd season, you're like, I don't know who the fuck is like, is there no like it took me 3 episodes where I was like, oh, got it, I get who that is. Like,
You know,
you feel a little racist, right?
Yeah,
like.
yeah. They had to dye the one dude's hair pink just so you knew.
And they killed that motherfucker.
They
So
stopped
now we
it.
don't even have pink hair. And I'm just like, oh, who's the good guys? Who the bad guys? Like,
Yeah.
not to give away spoilers, but you know, one of the guys that was from the boat crew, and he was like, nah, I don't like this captain.
Yeah, I had no clue who he was.
When he goes to the house, when they pull up at the house with the car, I'm like, oh, is this a flashback from one of the other Asians?
Bro.
But I couldn't
You
even
thought it was
remember.
Parasite? You thought they were doing a
Bro,
crossover
I couldn't
episode?
even remember that character was the guy from the boat. It's hard. It's hard to keep
it took me 3 episodes to be like, all right, I'm locked in. I know what's going on. 3 episodes.
How do they do? Like, just
It's
say
rough.
With voiceover or something, they got to be able to fix
Dude, they
that.
did everything. They numbered them, and it's still difficult.
Yeah.
I've heard the season's not good.
I would like to disagree with you.
Yeah. I thought it was better than last season.
I haven't finished it. I'm on episode 3. Now I know, what's going on, what's happening. So I like it. I'm so hungry. It's unbelievable.
End the pod.
I'm so hungry. We got to end the
your
pod.
salad is here. I asked Yana.
We appreciate you. We love you. I'm starving. Watch Street Fighter. Bye.